Howdy. Welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We are back to playing Mothership tonight. We are continuing our roadwork scenario that we started up last week. Maybe finishing it today. We'll see how it goes. But if you're unfamiliar, roadwork is from the Whole Breach anthology. Came out a couple months ago. Has all sorts of wonderful, awesome stuff for Mothership. Highly recommended. This is honestly a scenario that just sort of like jumped out to me. And I'm like, gotta run it. It's just so weird and interesting.
Can definitely see why. Yeah.
So hopefully you're enjoying it. And if you're not, well, shut up. I don't want to hear it. No. So anyway, let's do a quick roundtable and then it's going to get right into it. We want to use as much time as we can. So let's go. Long, tell us about Chili.
Playing Chili, a dreadlocked haired guy. He's got a 6-pack from all that working out. Of beer, though.
Yeah. When you did give some to a new friend, you made a little friend. I'm not sure if you remember. You spilled some on the ground. Little feral monkey man started drinking it. Okay. All right.
It's the 6-pack that never runs out.
I know. It's just like every time like there's like the fade to void, it comes back and your 6-pack is back to 6. I'm like, I don't see what's so wrong with this. Everything seems fine, guys. Everything seems fine.
It's great.
My turn. Tell us about Snevitz.
Snevitz is your marine and looks suspiciously like Stevens. And that's who she is.
Okay, fair enough. Does look suspiciously like Stevens. I don't know. Is there a possible connection? We'll find out, or we won't, and it'll be tragic. We'll see. Speaking of tragic, I don't know why. Ashley, tell us about Tavru or Rue or however you want to call them.
That's pretty natural for me. She is our android. Yeah, she has a little bit of a crush on Dr. Zinnia, who does not return those sentiments. Zinnia has a crush on Snevitz. Snevitz, we're not sure who she's into yet, but hopefully there's going to be some yearning and maybe some death. Keep it interesting.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Stevens is in love with himself, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Stevens is Tovru's best friend.
Because it's Stevens' character.
Every character.
Every character.
So we just need to connect Chili with somebody, and we will have.
It's gonna be great.
Maybe that's who Snevitz has a crush on.
There's gonna be a cigar smoking penguin on one of these jumps, and Chili's just gonna lock eyes with it across the halls, and just suddenly George Michael starts playing in the background, and we're good to go. Next up, Melissa, tell us about Dr. Zinnia.
Yes, Dr. Zinnia has her Ketsa and Retta that are missing at the moment, which is less than ideal. One of the things that I like about Mothership is that you always get a patch, and my patch has a meat bag, which I don't know what to make of that, but that is the patch that Dr. Zinnia has. So, that is that. Sure. Toma and Geraldine are somewhere, hopefully hanging out with all of the rats that Steven spread food around for, maybe?
Yeah. You did, I think because you put them in the barracks area, and then when you went back to check on them, they weren't there. There's actually no evidence of them being there or any of the other things that you put there. Fun stuff.
Nope.
Fun stuff.
Point of clarity. My name is Stevens, not Steven.
Yes, Stevens. Yes.
Okay.
Stevens. Yeah. I'm just going to say it with like a long Z now every time I say it, just to make
Stevens.
sure. Gets in
Long
there.
Z? What is this, Warrior?
Mr. Lawton, Mr. Stone.
Warrior fans? No. Finally, Steven, tell us about Stevens.
Stevens is a teamster. He also moonlights as a scientist, which is why he has all those rats. He actually has a sculpture, gold rat sculpture that he keeps around. It's actually an award because he cured rodent erectile dysfunction, which is why these rats continue breeding. Every time he puts them in his duffel bag, there's always more that come out. So he's like Jeff said in the private chat, he's a Renaissance man, man of many talents.
Yeah.
And he does not see the connection between him and Stevens. He just doesn't see it.
Steven, were you around back when we first started playing Spectaculars way back in the day? Like when we first started playing it?
I was not.
So I made a
I mean,
character.
I was alive, but
Yeah, I meant like,
did.
were you in the streaming circles at that point? Because right when I entered into it, you ditched and you took a break. But my first Spectaculars character, and I still love this character. And in fact, I only got to play him for like 2 sessions, but he's like iconic in my head. His name is Big Pharma. That was the superhero thing.
The Russian guy.
Yeah, he's like, I am Big Pharma. I am here to juice you up. Because that's what he would do. He would like inject himself with like steroids and stuff like that. And he worked for an erectile dysfunction company, a company that was his day job. So it made me laugh. Oh goodness, I love Big Pharma. He's one of my favorites. Okay. I thought about trying to figure out a way to make Big Pharma in your Marvel game. Then I'm like, no, I should probably be a touch more serious. So I went.
You got the Russian accent with Colossus, though.
That's true. I did. Colossus was a lot of fun. That is a fun character. If anyone plays Marvel Multiverse, play Colossus. It's just feels good. Just feels good. Anyhow, let's get on into this then. Let's talk more about some Mothership. Quick. Well, I don't know how quick it is. Let's do a summary of what happened last time. You are a crew without a ship, so you signed up for a surprisingly or suspiciously, or maybe a little bit of both, lucrative gig. With Green Star Logistics, you were tasked with maintaining a ship called the Appian Way as it executes a series of roadwork jumps. But it wasn't until you actually got on board and you were getting a tour of the ship by its captain, Tex, that you learned some other little details, which was that the Appian Way was also testing an experimental hyperspace engine known as the Trailblazer. And it was designed and operated by a Dr. William Holloway, also had an assistant, Lawrence. You were warned at some point that the crew should experience no more than several periods of perceived time, whatever that means. However, as the drive was initiated, Dr. Holloway plugged himself in. He had this weird contraption on his head and this golden tether that connected directly to the drive, and his brain was somehow going to impact and affect the way the drive works. A nearly identical looking man materialized in the drive chamber and shot Dr. Holloway in the head with a laser pistol. Everything suddenly disappeared, and you were kind of in this black void. It was just you and the shooter, and then there's a little bit of a heartbeat or two, and the ship suddenly rematerialized. Only Dr. Holloway's body was now gone. The shooter was gone. And when you started to explore, some stuff didn't necessarily add up. When you met Lawrence again, he had no idea who you were. And then a bomb went off in the bridge. And when you got there to investigate, it looked like Tex, the captain, might have gotten exploded. And you also discovered that Holloway twin, whose name is Bill, according to his jumpsuit, executed Dr. Holloway again, this time the life support center, right in the face of Tavru, I believe, if I recall correctly. Again, everything went to black void, and the ship rematerialized a moment later. Your crew was split up at this point, but both groups started to encounter people, I use the term loosely, made of yellow skin, wearing jumpsuits that identified themselves as Bud, and who liked to say howdy. And some of these people were stored in crates within the cargo bay, and another was a cat. The body of a Siamese cat, but the head of a yellow-skinned, bald man with a grin, who also said howdy. Howdy. Let's see. Rue, you found Dr. Holloway hiding in the cargo bay. You ripped off that experimental headset, and immediately everything once more dematerialized. You went into black void again. When you came back out, when the rematerialization happened, there was a feral human being in the cargo bay that Chili fed some beer. Dr. Zinnia and Snevitz up on the other level got separated. Let's see. I think it was Snevitz was chasing down a call for help from presumably Lawrence, while Dr. Zinnia, you were in the galley where you suddenly found yourself with Dr. Holloway, who manifested right there in front of your eyes, confused, babbling, scared, in pain, all those types of things. There's also a holographic cat that formed, expressed some sort of distaste over uplifted humans, and began to vent gas into the galley. Then the imitation-ish or twin Bill, Dr. Holloway Bill or whatever, ran into the galley just before these bulkhead doors closed, raised a laser pistol, aimed it at Dr. Holloway, getting ready to kill him once more. Meanwhile, the rest of you were down in the cargo bay. the feral guy was following you around. And as you were getting on the elevator or calling the elevator down to go up to the Trailblazer room, there was a cat that appeared and looked over at Stevens. It was like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad you're okay. Oh, how wonderful to see you. And just started talking. All the while, every time you guys jump and every so often, like your hands begin to go translucent, your memories get all foggy, and all sorts of other wonderful things. Is that about right? We good? I think that's everything. Okay.
I think I still have no legs, right?
I know you're missing at least one. Yeah.
Right, missing both. I think. I think
it
one
both?
was
Character
coming
sheet says
back,
both, I
and then.
And Dr. Zinnia is not going to get paid because she messed with her pedometer.
Whoopsie. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about the pedometer.
So all of this is not even for a paycheck at the end.
Yep. That sucks. That really sucks for you. Okay. So, let's see. There it is. It's one of my favorite sounds.
Beautiful.
And we begin. Let's start up with Rue, Stevens, Chili. Stevens, there's a cat that's talking to you, saying how beautiful and how worried they were, etc., looking up there at you. Rue, you notice they do not have the little lipstick thing that you had drawn on one of them. There is this still feral human who hasn't been speaking. And what are you guys doing? To give you a beat to do something. What do you want to do?
Chili, how are you holding me right now?
You're still strapped like a backpack.
So, remember his bathrobe? You're, between him and his bathrobe.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Cat's just looking up at you. Oh dear, I was so concerned. I was so worried. We got separated. I see you're feeling so much better. Well, you have no legs, but you're still alive at least. That's wonderful.
You know what's going on.
And they hop up and try to climb up Chili's back. You can feel the little claws of the cat as they prop up on Chili's shoulder and they nestle in close next to Stephen. I don't know. I was in the elevator. I saw you a little while ago. There was another cat with you. Did not like the look of that one. It was down the hall. And it said some very hurtful things. So I ran and then everything went black a few times, and then I heard a strange voice talking to me. I didn't quite understand it, and as I was coming down the elevator, I was gifted the ability for human speech. Now we can communicate in your language. Oh, and it just kind of leans its head against you.
Okay, a couple points here. First of all, this back is capacity of 1. So perhaps you could go on Tover's back, give us some personal space here.
I wouldn't go over on that thing. Are you kidding? Oh, goodness, the stench over here. No, I don't think so. It's bad enough that I have to be on... Oh, goodness. No. This is much better. Chili is... And you can see they just start, kind of petting the side of Chili's head. Chili is far more comfortable.
Okay, and the other cat you saw, did it look just like you?
Oh, indeed it did. Oh, I can tell you, it had a few extra pounds on it if you ask me, but well.
Tover does the awkward kind of sniff, totally didn't just hurt my feelings. And she's gonna get in the elevator. Because I believe we were trying to head to the 11 was the drive room.
The drive room, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You said we could not see the golden tether anymore?
We cannot.
We can.
You can't. No.
Cannot.
No. Okay. What about Chili or Stevens? Anything?
I'm going where Chili goes.
Okay.
Yeah, making sure our new friends follow him too.
Okay. So all of you get on the three of you get on the lift. The feral human follows you. You can every now and then burping a very beer scented burp. The Schrodinger cat is on Chili's shoulder, nestling up next to Stevens. Ashley, do you have something more with Rue?
So I'm not sure if it was a good idea to remove the helmet, or if Bill's idea of executing the other Dr. Holloways is the best course of action.
I feel like they've been executed a few times now, and nothing has changed. So
yes,
perhaps
but then this
we try
time,
something new.
when removing the helmet, it got worse. Maybe I could put on the helmet.
Okay. I trust you, Toru. You're smart.
But
You just
perhaps it does need an organic.
You just hear the cat going, "As long as we're not separated, my darling, never separated again." Just kind of rubbing up against the side of your head.
As long as
Personal space.
as long as you stay touching Schrodner, you should not separate.
The coldest look as the cat turns towards Rue. "No one said anything to you, you foolish thing." Honestly, Stevens, Chidi, I don't know how you wander around with this one. Just terrible on every front.
I don't remember us being friends.
Actually, wait, hang on. Shut the fuck up, Chile. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, that's more like it.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Let's go ahead as the elevator goes up to the next level. Let's cut to Snevitz. Snevitz, you are stuck in the dark in a short hallway between the galley and the science lab. Now, the science lab, when you had inspected it, had a strange, the entry port, like the little pad that normally you would kind of either scan a card on or something like that. It looked different. It was like circular. It just didn't make sense. It was a little bit lower on the ground. You also have a Schrodinger with you. They're not talking to you. They're just kind of purring a bit here and there as they rub up next to you. But you are currently stuck between two of these bulkhead doors. Is there anything you would like to do?
First thing, the Schrodinger that's with me, it did not occur to me to check until just now, but does it have the lipstick mark that Tover put on it, at the
It does
start?
indeed. Yeah, it does indeed, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna pick it up and
it's very affectionate towards you. Purrs a little bit.
I'm looking for Lawrence. Does that remind me of the person's name?
You were running.
Sure it's Lawrence.
Yeah, you were running to try to find Lawrence. You heard him yell. You got to the door, but couldn't quite figure out
I don't know which one. Do I know which one it is?
Yeah, so you literally ran out of the galley, and there was through the hallway that goes directly to the science lab. I kind of put you on our little map that we're using. But you are trapped in this maybe short 7-foot long hallway, and you've got these bulkheads down on either side. Now, you had tried to get into the science lab, but there was something wrong with the panel. It was lower to the ground, it was circular, and it didn't have the same sort of key card scan, or didn't, it's just something about the mechanism for opening the door. It just looked different.
Okay. I'm going to, before I try and get into the room, I'm going to yell at the door. Lawrence, are you in there?
Okay. You hear a voice. It does not necessarily come, though, from through the door, but instead, it just seems to pipe in through some speakers. Oh my goodness. Another one? Oh, God. It wasn't bad enough to have the 2 uplifted humans inside the galley. We have a 3rd in here? Oh, this is just untenable. We're going to have to fumigate. Oh, God. Oh, goodness.
Fumigate? I'm gonna try and muscle my way into the room.
Okay, so you got these bulkhead doors that you're trying to push your way through. But I tell you what, roll. Let's see what you got. Do you have any kind of heavy machinery type stuff? Roll. You can roll athletics. Yeah, give it an athletics roll. See if you can just start prying open. And are you trying to go back into the galley, or are you trying to push your way into the science lab?
Science lab.
Okay.
Right. Okay. I'm going to.
So it'd be athletics with strength. So it's going to end up being a 49 or under is what you would need.
I got a 53.
Okay, you're
damn so close.
like you're just taking whatever you might have on you and trying to pry. Like these things are pretty sturdy, and you just hear, "Oh, are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? That is sick." And then you hear, as gas begins to be let into here. And go ahead and roll a body save. That's what I should have had you roll last time. I rolled a strength. It should have been a body save. You can also you can apply for this one your military training or your athletics.
Where is the oh, there it is.
Right hand side. And you can add one of your athletics or military training would probably help you out here.
I'll take athletics because I still am. I think I'm down military training, but I have to go back to my notes to check. But I think I gave that up.
Well, you're a Marine, so you. Oh, I can understand. Yeah, from
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good.
That's a fail. All right, go ahead and.
I was really hoping to feel that roll, so this feels really good.
Go ahead and make that panic check right there, as that is a crit fail, and it's not just a fail; it's a crit fail.
Oh no.
Okay. You feel yourself getting very drowsy, and you had just put so much effort into trying to pry this thing open that you hear this voice come on, very insulting. You stand up just a little too fast, your head kind of swirls, and you just clink, 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 and fall down to the ground as between the blood rushing to your head and whatever gas is being funneled into this, you just kind of get knocked unconscious. The last thing you do is you feel like you can feel the petting of the cat.
Oh no.
Then we will shift then to Dr. Zinnia. Dr. Zinnia, you are in the galley. So just refreshing your memory, you've got Dr. Holloway behind you, clinging to you like a lost and frightened child. The guy with that looks almost exactly like him, but with different clothing, and the word Bill on his jumpsuit is pointing a laser pistol at you and at him. You've got let's see, the howdy cat, howdy, and a what looks like a hologram or holographic cat in here as well, that whose mouth kind of moves every now and then whenever like that oh my kind of criticism comes on over the speakers. Dr. Holloway's just like no, and just kind of babbling behind you, and Bill is holding the gun up. Zinnia, you're between the two of them, and you just hear him say, "He's got to die, or we're stuck here. And the longer we're here, the more our bodies are going to decohere, okay? Now, I'll shoot you if I have to, okay? If you make me. But get out of the way right now," he says to you. And he's got the gun pointed in your face, Dr. Zinnia. What do you want to do?
And Dr. Zinnia is going to kind of reach into her bag, and she's going to pull out her rigging gun. I've seen you shoot this man before, and it did not solve the problem. So before you shoot him again, you're going to need to convince me. That's fine.
He shoots you.
That's fine.
You go reaching in, and you start pulling out a rigging gun, and he is going to take a shot.
Sure.
Okay.
That is what I expected to happen.
Yeah. Let's see.
Maybe I'll harpoon him back.
Let's see what I roll. I do miss. He fires. You do manage to duck out of the way as the gas is still in this room, by the way. So it's still kind of fuming, and both of you have been coughing. But you did pass your save last time around. But you see like a cabinet on the wall behind you just burrow a hole right through it. Zinnia, what do you do?
Okay, so I am going to try to harpoon this dude in the leg
Okay.
or in the arm. In the
Okay.
Wow, I've got a 35 combat. So
Let's roll the test first, and then we'll worry
I'm
about.
just saying, like, I might
if
as well
it hits where it
aim
hits, yeah.
for something cool. And we've got some audience stuff, so I'm going to take that. So this will at least be a
Amazing.
45, which is
Go
still
for it.
not great odds, but I'm going to give it a whirl and get a 59. Man.
Okay.
That's
You fire the gun because the rigging gun shoots a physical thing, and it just flies past. He steps out of the way. It gets caught on one of the troughs that are circling the room, and the gas continues to pour in. And he is just like, "You stupid! You're a doctor, and your timeline? Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Do you want your arms to disappear?" Both of you have to roll a body save now. So go ahead and roll a body save. He'll roll something as well.
Yeah. How the hell did I pass that last time? I've got 25.
I had you
body.
accidentally roll a strength save instead of a strength check instead of a body. It should have been a body save. So we're doing it right.
Oh yeah, that's probably why. Okay, I'm gonna grab another one of those to at least get it to 35 and see what this does. 78.
Okay. You fail. And as you start trying to pull the rigging back in, you get very drowsy and you just slam into a table and then you fall down. Not a table, actually. There's no tables in here. You just slam to the ground. But you see that he stumbles, but manages to stay upright as he points the gun in a direction, and you just hear no. Tavru, Chili, and Stevens, will come back to you for a moment. You come up to the second level, to the same level that we're on in the galley, but you're at the rear of the ship. In fact, when you pop up, actually, you're not in the rear of the ship. When you pop up on the lift, you're at this like intersection of 3 different hallways that you would know from your tour. That one of these hallways that goes to the back of the ship goes towards the drive area. One of them will go towards the living quarters, and one goes towards the galley. I will say that you do hear gunshots go off, and when you get up to the top of the lift, you can see over by the door that goes towards what looks like the barracks area where all the bunks are. There's another one of these feral-looking naked humans. It's just kind of like scratching with their hand at one of the doors.
Chili, you got another beer?
Yes, I've got another.
Why don't we try to add another one to our entourage?
Is this a friend of yours? And I direct my question to the feral beast.
And the feral beast kind of looks up at you and just burps in your face.
Take that as a yes.
Mr. Schrodinger, do you have any idea what these people are?
Oh, I don't know what they are. I do know that there is a very highly intelligent feline intelligence that seems to be in control of the ship. It seems, my dear Stevens, that humans are not the supreme creature, at least on this vessel.
I mean, I have cured rodent erectile dysfunction, so I wouldn't say that I'm exactly an idiot.
You hear the speakers crackle, and you hear a voice pop out. Oh my, more of these. Are you kidding me? We have a proper infestation. And you guys hear as gas starts to funnel into the hallway. What do you guys want to do?
Do we see the golden like tube thing?
Oh, that's a great question. High or low, Ashley?
Low.
You do, in fact. It seems to be going into the galley. I rolled 50-50 to see which side of the
that's
ship
what I
it went
figured.
down.
Yeah. That would be the way that Tovru is going towards.
Okay. You hustle
Would it be
over.
safe to say that hearing the gas, like we know that that's not a good sign? I'd hold my breath.
It's a terrible sign. Yeah, it's definitely a terrible sign, and you can see it coming out too. We'll say it's got a color to it and an odor to it, and like the voice in the speaker, it's just like, oh, Schrodinger, my dear, I didn't give you the ability to talk to these creatures. And Schrodinger on Chili's shoulder is just like, oh, but this one's just so dreamy. Just look at him. These other two, go make mincemeat out of them, shoot them out an airlock, I don't care. But not my dear Stevens. And he just runs a paw down the side of your face.
This makes me so much more uncomfortable than if he hated me.
Remember how last night, I can't remember who said it, but somebody in the chat said, like, just NPCs always hate Stevens. Like, that's true. Stevens and Chili. Okay, so Tavru, you're rushing towards the galley following the tether. Chili and Steve. Well, Chili, what are you doing?
See if I can coax this new beast here.
Okay, so you're putting down some beer and
Little trail beer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it kind of looks at the other. And they're just very like monkey like kind of talking to each other, very almost caveman like. Everyone just kind of lopes over. And then you can tell that your feral friend is like sniffing and licking and trying to demonstrate and show the other one, and it does the same thing and then just goes and they just start going to town, both of them, on the puddle of beer on the ground as the gas continues to pool into this intersection of the hallway. Stevens, did you want to say or do anything?
Chili, there's gas. I don't think this is the time after all.
It's all right. We can get out of here.
All right, 3 of you go ahead and roll body save to see whether you can hold on to your consciousness here.
I'm really good at these guys.
That's my lowest save.
Mine is also low.
Rolled a 48, needed a 27.
If you have a skill that would apply, like in athletics, for instance, or something that might encourage, help you hold your breath or whatever it might be, that's the
0G
that might pop in.
So you're telling me physics will not help me?
I'm afraid not.
What about linguistics, Jeff?
Also, that's a no, I think. Okay.
Hacking.
Okay.
Hacking's right. Hacking.
25
Blue
and my
saves.
hit was 26.
Look at
Okay.
you.
I'm feeling a little
Very
tipsy here,
nice.
guys.
Would
Chili-
0G work? Holding my breath on a spacewalk?
I don't think you would hold your breath on the spacewalk, but I do think you might breathe
Out of
shallow
nervousness?
in your suit while in 0G. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I still feel it.
I'll say that place. Okay. All right. Chili, you start as your new friend comes over. You just kind of collapse a little bit, getting very drowsy, eyes getting very heavy. Stevens, you feel yourself fall, and then the two of you go collapsing.
Does
You do
the cat
hear.
collapse?
No, the cat's fine. It's like possibly this gas is attuned specifically for these disgusting creatures that are infecting it. Now, maybe they're just not as good against androids, and that's why Rue has made it to the what looks like the bulkhead. And I'll give you one beat to do something, Rue. So what is it? You are at the end of the hallway. Both of your friends have collapsed behind you by the intersection by the lift. You heard gunfire. What do you want to do? You got one chance, Ashley, or we're finishing early tonight.
Oh God.
Oh no.
I'm gonna snatch up Schrodner and then hold one of my lock picking tools to his neck and tell them to turn off the gas or I will kill this cat.
Holy shit! Now we're talking.
Wow.
I love it.
All right.
I thought you were going to say that you're breathing the air he's breathing, so he purifies it for you.
No, I'm gonna threaten the cat.
Okay. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Okay.
Good.
You know what?
thinking,
Because you
Ashley.
passed your body save, I'm not even gonna require, like, you do hear a voice. Oh god, let's not be so hasty, you barbaric creature. We can talk this out. Whatever whatever fool taught you how to speak, I'm going to want their name so I can properly report them to the authorities. But fine, I will turn the gas off. Gas is off. Are you happy now?
Decently. Please release the bulkheads blocking this other room.
I can do that if you want. And then the bulkhead door opens up, and you can see that there Zinnia falls to the ground after having been trying to pull back her rigging gun. You can see that Dr. Holloway is trying to use her body as shield as laser fire is coming in his direction from what looks like the mimic, the imitation of Dr. Holloway's Bill. And you just hear like Bill like, just quit being so stubborn, get over here. And he's just kind of firing, and each one of them is getting very, very close to hitting Zinnia. Tavr, roll a speed test to see if you can. So roll a speed test to see if you can react faster than his next proper shot.
Oh, I want to kill Dr. Holloway.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it assists, Tovru will help him aim or either pull Dr. Zinnia away from him to give him an easier shot.
Amazing.
Okay. You come running in. You yank Dr. Zinnia away. Bill,
and
still coughing, coughs a bit. Yeah.
Shoot him.
Yeah. And so, like, as you run in, this yellow-headed cat turns to you as you pull Zinnia away. Howdy! Laser fire goes off. You can see Dr. Holloway's like, no! And then his head just obliterates as the laser hits him, his face. Everything turns black once more and fades until all you can see in this black void is yourself, Dr. Zinnia, the cats and the cat-like creatures, including the holographic cat, and Chili, Stevens, and Schrodinger on the other way. And you also now suddenly see materializing there's Snevitz and another Schrodinger cat that is kind of sitting on top of her and like kind of combing her hair a bit. And this is what you see. And the man with the name Bill, finally, someone with some sense. Come find me. We make a plan. And then everything begins to materialize. Okay. So, let's see. Where are we?
As an edge tomorrow. Find me when you wake up.
All right. So, okay. So Tavru, I'm going to start with you because you are conscious. Chili and Stevens are probably slowly coming back as you didn't get the full effect of the gas. Tavru, you, as the world materializes once more around you, you can see that you are still in the galley. Galley looks almost identical to what you saw when you were given the initial tour by Tex. Some slight differences, like the sink is over here when it was actually over there. Like the cabinets were on this side when that to be on that side. Everything's just sort of like reversed in some way. You can see that Dr. Zinnia and the cat and both of those other strange looking cats are conscious and awake. You can't see Snevitz anymore, as now there's a door in a way. You can't see Chili and Stevens as they're now, because now the doors themselves and the walls have begun to manifest once more. You see another cat is actually here that wasn't there a minute ago. And it kind of looks at you and it purrs and it leaps across the cabinets and it leaps up expecting you to catch it. What do you do?
And Tovru does, very surprised.
And it lands in your hands and you look down at it and it just kind of looks up at you and it just kind of playfully smacks at your chin.
Hello, darling, Tovru says as she motions them to like get up on her shoulder.
Climbs up on your shoulder. Doesn't say anything to you. It just kind of purrs a little bit. You can hear the voice of the yellow male hat say, "Howdy," and then what looks as like a hologram cat says, "Oh my goodness. What on earth has just transpired? Why are there so many tables and chairs in here? This is absolutely no.
There seems to be a convergence of realities and it needs to be resolved. Is this something that you're
Excuse
well-versed
me.
in?
Mechanical ape, please stop talking. Please shush.
Yes,
Thank you.
that's why I am talking to the intelligent cat.
Oh, goodness. Oh, and it just hops down off of wherever it was sitting and begins to walk away. And you just see it kind of phase as it's holographed through one of the walls. Okay.
Do I notice the golden tube?
Good question. Let's see. You do, in fact, actually. Not only that, let me see. Let me double check something really fast. Yeah, it's going right through the galley, and it's going up the hallway, and like up the hallway towards like the front of the ship. There is a door that kind of pins against it, so you don't see where it turns off to, whether it's like 1, 2, or 3 in terms of our map, but it does go through 4 and heads towards the beginning of the ship. At this point, I'm also going to say, Chili and Stevens, you start to wake up. You guys can feel, like I'll say, Stevens, you feel the cat kind of waking you up. You can suddenly breathe again. Chili, you look around and your feral human friends are not here.
Take a look at my pedometer. It's 43,000 o'clock.
You did, in fact, jump. One thing I would say you guys notice is that something seems a little bit off. Like the hallway seemed basically the same, but everything's kind of like that door's supposed to be on that side, and that door's supposed to be on this side. That arrow's going the wrong. It's like directing you basically towards the like it's directing you towards, there's a hallway to the science lab right over here, and you're like, no, that should be towards where the barracks are. Everything kind of just seems a little turned around a bit as you guys wake up. It's possible that someone moved you, maybe when you were asleep. What do the two of you do as you wake?
Oh God, my head. Oh, that tongue is sandpaper.
Okay.
Steven have his legs.
That's actually a great point. So when you guys come back, everybody regains 1 lost skill or limb. So go ahead and take that.
Right, my left leg comes back.
Thank you.
Hey.
Then I need everyone to roll a sanity save.
Oh, no.
This is how this went. I remember now.
Yeah.
Get 1 back, roll, lose 2.
Yeah.
I rolled a critical fail. Double lollies.
Yes. Well, no, that's a critical success.
That's 100.
In this game. I thought it was
100?
I thought that was a 0.
Triple zeros on
double lollies.
percentile is 100. Because you
Okay,
can't roll a 0
yeah.
on a percentile.
Yeah, that's a critical fail.
I also critical failed.
Mothership dies. See, I always get confused. Mothership died
Yeah,
here from 0 to
Mothership-
99.
So is that a critical success?
That's a
then?
critical success. I think that's a critical success. Actually,
Nice.
Do I get
I
both my legs
feel-
back then?
You know what? Yeah, I'll say yes. You can get a second leg back. Girl, that's fine.
Hell
Oh God,
yes.
we're safe. We're
If I
safe.
use a dice,
We're out of it.
Does that just give me plus 10, right?
Yeah.
Oh, an
Yep.
audience boost. Yeah, go ahead.
I keep forgetting those. Fuck.
That's definitely a failure.
Yeah, mine's a fail.
Okay. So those of you who failed, you have a choice between either losing 2 skills of your choice, you choose which they are, or one of your limbs becomes translucent and intangible.
I got my arm back, and then my arm immediately went back away.
Save.
Finally, you pet the cat and then goes right through the cat.
God damn it. It's okay. I'm
Snippets-
hot, so.
Snippets, you also come to.
Oh, okay, cool.
Though, let's see. You find
I
yourself.
start to lift myself up by my arm, and then it gives way, and so I fall and slam my head.
When you look around, Snippets, you are in a room that you have never seen before. In fact, you can see that it is a bedroom. It's quarters. You can see there's a bed that is here. There's a plaque over the door that reads. That reads at any cost. You can see it's kind of messy, and there's a vac suit on the bed. There looks to be some kind of like a cabinet. Looks like there's some liquor on top of it here and there. Actually, no, it's not even liquor. It just looks like there's like little cartons of like condensed milk and things like that, and some bottles of water and such. But you have no memory of this place.
And I don't see any of the rest of them or anything.
No, you don't. You don't see any of that.
Okay. And the cat's gone.
The cat is with you, actually. Yeah, it's right there.
Ah. Okay. I look around and I'm very confused.
Mm-hmm.
Is the vac suit, is there anything familiar about it with regard to either how it's designed, or are there any markings or crests on it, or?
No, it looks like a green star vac suit. Pretty standard affair. Nothing fancy about it. Looks to be in good condition. It has some stitching here and there where you can tell it's been patched before, but it does look to be in good shape. You don't see anything wrong with it.
I'm gonna put it on.
Okay, so you start crawling into this vac suit. No problem. Let's go back to Chili and Stevens, and you guys woke up. You looked around, kind of got a little confused. You see that as you're looking, there is a sign that goes to an airlock and that goes towards the science lab in the galley, but you don't see any directions towards the living quarters. You feel yourselves a little bit turned around. The cats are still with you. So Stevens, you hear, "Oh, goodness, darling, that was so... Oh, my. Oh, very frightening, don't you think? Hold me closer."
I am so crestfallen when I hear the cat talk, because I saw both legs and I'm thinking I fell asleep and I woke up and it was just a horrible, horrible dream. And then I look over and this cat's talking again and I'm like, oh shit, it's real.
Oh.
Chili, what are you up to?
Stevens, can you help me out? I'm missing a leg.
Yeah, I got you. I start helping Chili walk this time around.
And you guys also see that golden tether moving from the back of the ship past you into what the arrows on the wall suggest is the galley.
Let's follow this tether. It's gotta mean something, right?
Still around.
All right. I start helping him hobble towards the galley.
So in the galley, Tavru and now the waking Zinnia, the yellow-headed cat, no longer the holographic cat who just had enough of Tavru's bullshit and walked through a wall and away. But there's another cat here now that is in Tavru's arms. You hear the doors open up, and you see limping inside is a one-legged Chili and a two-legged Stevens, and the cat is still propped up on Stevens' shoulder.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
it's been so long since I've seen any of you. Hello.
Now that we're all reacquainted, we need to find Bill so we can form a plan of attack or
Wait,
determine
why? Why are we aligning with Bill?
because the longer that we stay in these alternate realities, the more of us we disappear.
Do you realize the cats are the rulers here?
Not now. At least they were in the previous reality. Thankfully, we killed the other Dr. Holloway in time. No thanks to you. With a little bit of sass from Tovru. And let's continue. Hopefully he's already found the next Dr. Holloway.
As you're
Okay, wouldn't you
talking.
give me a hand up at least?
Yeah, she does.
Go ahead, Stevens.
What does this Bud have to do with anything? Why is he here always
Bill,
saying howdy?
Not Bud.
Howdy.
Oh, the cat.
I prop Chili up next to a wall. Make sure he's got a good lean. And I go over to Bud and I just like grab him by the throat. Why are you here?
and Bud leans forward, and you see this very yellow, very human-like tongue stick out and lick you on the face. Howdy. Howdy.
Oh, he likes you.
I'm getting violent at this point. I take him and I just start
no.
slamming him against the ground.
Oh God. Oh God. Yeah. Go ahead and I guess just roll an attack. Go ahead and roll an
Edo
attack.
said Audi. Oh.
Oh, God.
I'd like to take some audience dice on this
Yeah.
if we have them.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a
I'll
combat.
take 2.
Thanks.
That is a success.
Okay. And you're just smashing it. Yeah, you smash the yellow-headed howdy cat to the ground over and over until the head cracks
Why
open
are
like
you
an egg.
here? Just why are
Howdy,
you here?
Howdy. And then they, after a moment, only thing you have in your hand is a dead cat. And you just hear, "Oh, darling, there's no reason to get so upset. Calm down. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm sure you did the right thing, however. It was a very disturbing looking creature. Now there's more time for you and me. Excellent."
Oh God. Can I take the collar off the bud?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm gonna take it and pocket it, just hoping. No, I'll even like tighten it around like my wrist or something, just hoping that this is like a tether to something. I don't know.
Okay. So as everybody watches, so a few things. Let's see.
I'm
We
losing.
need to catch up on stuff. Tavru, I did need you to give yourself a stress for aiding in the murder of poor Dr. Holloway.
Okay.
So give yourself that. All of you that are in the galley, so there's everybody but Snevitz who watched Stevens freak the hell out and just bash this cat to death. All of you go ahead. I would say the 3 of you go ahead, and 3 of you that are here take a stress. Stevens, make a panic roll as this is happening.
Okay.
Is
yeah,
one
that
panic
makes
a
sense.
fear?
What's
no
that?
panic
I'm
and
sorry,
fear.
Tyler?
You roll stress.
You're different things.
Got it.
Once per session, I may take advantage on a panic check, so I'll go ahead and
Sure.
use that. That is a 1 and a 15, so one of those passes.
Okay. Yeah, the one.
Nice.
Well, the 15 will pass.
It's higher,
'Cause
right?
You wanted to be
Yeah,
higher
my stress
than
is
your
7.
current stress. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Just
I'm
double
hoping to
checking
fail
something.
this stress in the future and fuck all of you.
What a team
That's-
player!
That's not concerning at all.
Maniacal
Just double
giggle.
checking one thing.
Right?
I actually do need Tavru to make a panic test, actually. Yeah, go ahead, Tavru, make a panic
Amazing.
test. And yeah.
Oh, I pass.
And then while
Ah, fuck you.
while all that's happening, there is a dead yellow-headed Siamese cat in here now. There's a talking cat. There's another cat in Tavru's arms. You guys hear, "Ah! Ah!" And it sounds like Dr. Holloway coming from somewhere towards the front of the ship.
Are we going that way? Yes, we're going that way. Right.
Yes.
We have to kill Holloway, you said, right, Tovru?
I mean, ideally, we need to find Bill first and then contain Holloway until we make a plan.
I don't understand. And Zinnia will sort of look at Stevens and look at Chili and kind of go over to Chili and just say, "Would you like assistance?" As if maybe Chili might not want to be near Stevens at the moment.
Oh, if you don't mind.
Okay.
You see Stevens trying to get this collar around his wrist, but he can't tighten it enough. So he just begins to loosen it and then put it around his neck.
As you guys are taking so long, the door opens from over by the science lab. And you see running out of the door from the science lab, which is on the opposite side of the room than you remembered, you see a very swole Lawrence suddenly pop out with a very close cut, like crew, like marine cut. He's got a little line on the side, and he's got a big old gun that's kind of on his hip as he comes running in, like, "Whoa, whoa," and he pulls it up. "Who the fuck are you people? Who the fuck are you people? Don't fucking move or I will mow every fucking one of you down. 1 inch. Give me a reason. Give me a fucking reason."
Hey, Lawrence, it's me, Chili.
"I don't fucking know you, man. I don't fucking know you. Who the fuck are you? Why are you on my ship? What did you do?
Oh my
Who was that screaming?
Gosh, we've been through this before. We're the crew. You hired us. We've had this conversation before.
Zinnia,
lady.
this is an alternate reality. They are converging with Dr. Holloway's space jump. He's the one screaming. We do need to assist him.
Okay. Okay. Roll an intellect test if you've got anything that might help you with just talking to people. Or even if you wanted to roll your physics stuff here as you try to layer in some technobabble to make your explanation of alternate
I like
realities.
it.
Oh, I
better.
love
Yeah.
that.
61 success.
Okay. All right, everyone calm down. Everyone fucking calm down.
We're
guys
calm.
packing?
You're the one who's yelling.
Stop yelling at me, lady. Stop fucking yelling at me.
We're lucky to have you here. I'm glad that you're armed and prepared.
All right. All right, all of you, go ahead. That sounded like med bay or bridge. Go, go. And he's like kind of pointing through the door to go up towards the bridge.
Yeah, Tover goes.
Okay.
Zinnia with Chili on one arm will go.
You still got
Have
the
we
gun
been to the
trained
bridge
on
yet?
you. A couple of you have. Zinnia and... No, wait. I know Snevitz was there. Possibly Zinnia, because there was the exploded body a while ago. And you all just got
Tex?
a basic tour. Maybe. Okay. So do you all follow Swole
Yes.
Lawrence's... Okay.
Yes.
Door opens up, and Tavra, you see the golden tether snake off to your left. Now, it goes into a place called Medbay. Like the door certainly has that kind of universal signage for Medbay. It's on your left, though, not on your right. So everything's... and it looks like there's a second door on your left up. Everything is like kind of backwards. It's just sort of weird. But you see this tether kind of going off there. You also see, coming down from the bridge, you can see a sort of a slender-looking Tex. You can see that very slender-looking woman with relatively kind of nice clothes. She's got her hat on. She doesn't have like the mullet anymore, and you can see she's like kind of like peeking out from the door. Hey, everything okay down there, Lawrence? Who are these people you got over there? I don't recognize them. They say they work for us, but I don't recognize any of them. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they look a little. That one ain't got no leg. Why ain't you got no leg, fella?
You probably explain it better than I, Kip.
Me? I don't know why. I never met you. I mean, there's plenty of reasons not to have a leg, but yours just kind of keeps fluctuating in and out. It's kind of strange like that. I don't really understand why that's happening.
I don't understand it much myself.
Why you
I'm
guys
sure,
got so
and-
many cats, too? What's going on? Oh, darling, I don't know. Oh, my God, that cat's talking. Why is that cat talking?
There's a whole lot of things that are going around here that are just not easily explainable, but I'm sure this one, and she kind of jerks her thumb towards Rue. I'm sure she can explain some of what it is, but we're just following that, and she kind of points to the...
I would
Golden.
love to, but Dr. Holloway needs assistance. Lawrence, can we continue?
Open the door. No funny business. If any fucking funny business happens, then I'm gonna do something.
Lawrence, you want a
All
beer
right.
to chill or something?
You got some?
I've got plenty.
Okay, hit me up right here. No funny business. He kind of holds out his hand.
I never thought you'd say yes.
He pulls out a full six pack.
He throw up, and it's full again. It's constantly full. It's constantly reloading. And he like cracks it with one hand, keeping an eye on you, gun still up. As Tavru, you sneak over towards the med bay. You guys just put yourselves in the bridge, but that's fine. You guys, Tavru, you open up the door to the bridge or to the med bay. Everything's kind of flickering and dark. You follow the tether. You can see the tether on the ground in the corner. There is Dr. Holloway. But as the light flickers in, you look inside, and there are all over this med bay, Tavru, in Dr. Zinnia, in Chile, in Stevens. You see all over the place. It's just piled up, like literally waist high, chest high, shoulder high, piles and piles, thousands and thousands of cat halves. We're going to cut over to Snevitz now. As Snevitz, you put your vac suit on.
Oh.
Everything's in. Feeling pretty good about yourself. You're looking around, and you're in that room. You're in like like you can tell this looks like a captain's quarters kind of deal.
Yeah,
It's, yeah. There's a little cabinet there.
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna put some whatever booze I can reasonably take and like my vac suit.
You start going through it, and you realize it's not actually booze. It's just a bunch of like there's like condensed milk here.
God
there's like some Kool-Aid packets. It's all very like non-alcoholic kind of deal going on.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of that anyway. I've been
okay.
I feel like military training for like just take it and barter with it if you need to.
I'll tell you what. Go ahead. Well, actually, as you start going through it and you kind of open up the,
I'm just
cabinet.
grabbing. I'm not being particular. It's just like whatever.
It's okay. You notice that there is a little like sticky note that seems to be like stuck to the bottom of this this what looks like a bottle of fruit punch.
Okay. Sorry.
And underneath it, you can see written on it, it says it's like basically leet speak for like Texas ship. T3X apostrophe S money sign HIP.
I'm definitely taking that.
Okay. So you take it, pocket it. You're still in your vac suit.
Do I hear any of the screams or discussion or do I hear anything?
You're in a vac suit in a room that's, I think there's enough barriers that would probably interrupt you from hearing any of what's going on. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna exit then, and if I have no idea where Lawrence could be at this point, so I'm just gonna head back to the room I came from.
You step out, and right as you step out, right to your side, the door to the barracks open, the bunks, and you see stepping out and looking to be in a bit of a hurry, laser pistol in his hand at his side. You see the figure that you saw blow away Dr. Holloway when he manifested inside of the Trailblazer drive, and it has the word Bill on his maintenance patch, and he holds up the gun. He's like, I don't want anything to do with you. You stay right there. You're fine. I got business to attend to. And it's just sort of slowly kind of trying to keep on the other side of the hall from you, point, and the gun still pointed, hand up, and moving and moving and moving.
I gave him a high five.
Not there.
So this is a my three question, not a Snevitz question, because I as a player have forgotten. But we know that Bill is sort of evil twinny, like not.
You saw him
not legit.
Manifest and shoot Dr. Holloway at the very beginning of all this.
Okay, thank you. I was like, something happened with Bill, and for the fucking life of me, I couldn't remember what. But thank you. Soon as he comes out, then like start reaching for my own gun, and like
he's just like no. I have no desire to kill you, but I don't mind doing it if I have to. I have shit to do. Don't slow me down.
What do you have to do? Let me help. I just need to get back to my people. The longer
we are here, the greatest chance there is for our memories to go fucking out the window, our arms, our legs, everything to disappear. We cannot wait the fuck around here. We got to ride this wave to the end. And that motherfucking Holloway, whatever the fuck he is, doctor, PhD, scientist, I don't give a fuck what he is. I need to put a goddamn hole in his head. Now you can either get out of my fucking way and let me go about my business, or I can put a hole in your head first.
No, I want want to put a hole in his head too. Let me come. Look, I'm missing a fucking arm.
All right. You first. Go.
Okay, and I will. Where are we going?
He's like,
And
I don't
I'm
know.
saying
Find
this
the tether.
loud enough
Just-
so that if
Yeah.
anybody is in earshot, they can hear me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you do have like the vac suit on, so it's probably a little muffled, but yeah. But basically, it's just like, find the tether. Just find the tether.
That's that golden thing?
That is the golden thing.
Okay. I'm gonna try and follow the golden thing.
Okay. When you immediately exit, you don't see it, actually. You don't see it down the hall. You don't see it by the lift elevator. So if you haven't figured it out, everything's kind of mirrored on this ship. Everything's kind of reversed. So wherever you're at, just imagine on the map, flipping it to the other side. You don't see it over here at all. You don't see it coming from the
that over
drive.
my shoulder to him. Like, I don't see it, man. I don't see it.
Galley. Try to galley. That's a nexus.
Okay. Where is the galley?
There are signs. Are you not a freaking spacer? Even in this universe,
Okay.
they're right there.
And I will go to the galley. Let me get my gun out. Can I get my gun out? I'm in front of you. You can blow my head away. You can blow me away if you need to. But like, if I need to shoot something else, I need to shoot something else.
Do you have a gun?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Did you take it with you, or did you store it before Dr. Holloway was initially murdered? When you guys went into
No,
your
I
barracks,
definitely took it with me.
You took it with you? Okay, then
Definitely,
you still have it.
Yeah,
Then you still have
and
it.
she was
That's fine.
given
She said she had a
2
shotgun
ammo
with one
from
shell.
Tex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
a shotgun with one shot.
Okay.
Tex gave you
All right.
another one. She's like, might as well make it 2. So
Oh,
That's right.
sweet.
That's right.
I did not make a note of that. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So the door opens up onto the galley. You see on the ground, Snevitz, a bludgeoned and beaten body of a cat/yellow skinned bald human head. It looks like a Siamese cat body painted yellow with a cantaloupe for a head, also painted yellow, that has been smashed to bits on the ground, blood everywhere. And you see sitting atop a table looking down at it is a holographic blue projection of a Siamese cat that seems to be mourning the loss of the animal below. The door opens up. It's your kind that did this to him. He was one of a kind. I didn't much care for him, didn't even know him, but he didn't deserve this fate. This is what your kind brings. Oh, goodness. So sad, and brings a paw up to her forehead.
And she kind of points to Stallone's shoulder, like, really did not mean to kill him. We had nothing I've never even seen that thing before. Neither is Bill.
It doesn't matter. You all do it so violent, so foul, so aggressive and barbaric that anyone gave you all the ability to speak. Oh, goodness.
See,
If
if that was true, then Schrodinger wouldn't trust me, right? Right?
And you can see Schrodinger kind of comes and weaves out from beneath your feet and kind of looks up. The holographic cat looks down. Oh, brother, you can do so much better than this one. And then just hops down. The holographic
Looks
cat.
a little affronted.
The holographic cat hops down, and it's just like, if you're looking for more of your kind to kill, they went towards the front of the ship, and starts walking away.
Bill, that's all I want, man. I just want to get back to my people.
Well, go then. And there's the tether. Let's go. You see
Okay.
it pointing, and there is a tether going through the galley's door to the front of the ship.
Sweet.
We'll cut then to the med bay, where people are looking in on a flickering, strobing light and piles of cat halves. Everybody go ahead. And let's say make a fear save. Should we do? It should be fear.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, let's do fear. Let's do fear. I don't think there's like
This is my best
disgust.
save. I only need a
Oh, it's
34.
Not close for me.
I
Sanity's
think.
my best.
Hang on. Everybody but Rue has to roll at disadvantage though, because Rue technically is here. So fear save made by nearby friendly players are at disadvantage. It's because she's a
Oh,
freaking
my.
android. It's the
Gosh.
Oh, that's
Well, I would
brutal.
have passed if it weren't freaking disadvantage
I
because I rolled a
failed, too.
24 under 26. So now let me re-roll it for disadvantage. And there's the 89 over 26.
That's what you get for bringing a fake person on your crew.
Even
Okay.
before the disadvantage, I got a crit fail. 44.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I think
no.
Did we all fail?
Yep.
Okay, crit fail, Stevens. Roll panic. Let's say it's a
Okay.
panic on top of this.
Is this at disadvantage too?
No, this is just a straight up panic.
No,
test.
mine's just fear saves.
Pass. 11 over 7.
Okay. All right. You can feel your heart just start to beat, maybe against your better judgment. You're starting to feel a little sad as you hear in your ear, "Oh, goodness, Stevens, what awful barbarous, what if these people no!" As your talking Schrodinger is cat weeping into your ear.
I just start weeping next to him.
Okay.
I might even
What?
start petting him.
Okay.
Lawrence.
Laura's gonna. What the fuck is
Yeah, what the-
happening here?
What the fuck is in your room? Like, why is it like this?
This isn't my room. This is the fucking med bay.
Or I mean, why is your
freaking
med bay
toaster.
like
God.
this? God.
I don't know. I didn't fucking put these here. None of us put these here. Tex, did you put these? I didn't put none in there. Hell no, I ain't going in there. You just keep that shit away from me. Someone else can clean that. I'm just gonna get new shit. Fuck this.
Oh, and,
Fuck this.
and so Zinnia will kind of lean Chili up against a wall a little bit, make sure that he's stable. And Zinnia wants to go kind of examine the topmost cat half on the nearest pile of cat halves to try to see sort of how exactly this bisection seemed to happen. If this was like, how did these come to be kind of in half?
There's all different reasons. Looks like some of them have just been like bifurcated by like a blade. Others you can tell are cauterized. A few were just ripped apart in these jagged shreds, and you don't even really see pools of blood. You just see the halves. And all in the corner there is poor Dr. Holloway, like weeping, kind of half buried beneath all of them.
And
Upon fate, thrill forms, upon fatal aims, as he's just screaming in pain from underneath several pounds of dead cat halves.
Does anyone hear what it is that he's saying? Fate, pawn, what? Anyone else catch? No?
Stevens is softly sobbing himself, so he did not catch it.
Toaster, get on in there and help him out. It's all right, Doc. It's all right. We're come to help. Everything's fine. Get fucking in there. I can't hear you turn
Tover
on your
does-
vocal modulators.
It's on. And Tover will start to like walk in there and she'll crouch down and like grab the doctor's hands.
Mhm.
What are you saying? Slower.
It hurts.
Breath.
It hurts.
Deep breath.
Upon fate, thrill forms, just kind of grabbing you. Upon fatal aims, fatal aims. It hurts. And it's at that point that the door from the galley opens up, and there Snevitz comes tromping in, and we'll say Chili and Stevens are probably a little bit further in the back with Tex, who is cowering a little bit, much more cowardly than you remember her to be. As there comes trotting in Snevitz with another cat wandering in and out between her legs. She's in a vac suit, and you see behind her, laser gun on her back, not like immediately there, but just kind of following. You can see Bill. What do you guys do?
Holy crap, guys!
Tovru.
Do we need to be in vac suits? Is there a leak in the ship?
No, I just found this.
Tovru just lifts up Dr. Holloway and holds him next to her as like
it's so painful.
an easy target for Bill.
Bill can't quite see you just yet. He's kind of still in the hall.
But yeah,
like the
but
gate opens up. But yeah, you're
She's
inside
got
the
like
med bay.
his arm over her shoulder and she's bringing him with her like
Okay.
out of this nasty room.
Okay.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's what he wants.
Okay.
Stevens is
Stevens,
still wearing
Zinnia?
the bud collar. And if he sees Tovru holding up Holloway, he'll just hold up Schrodinger. Just holding up the cat.
Darling, what are you doing? Oh, goodness, I can see him even better now. Oh, goodness. Oh, curse me. My eyelids are not thick enough.
Please take Schrodinger out of this room.
What's up with all
Let's go,
these
Shorty.
tubs?
Okay, everyone out. Everyone out. Lawrence, please help me get everyone out.
Well, it's at this point that Lawrence whips around and holds a gun up in the directions of Snevitz. Okay, all right. That's it. And so now
Who the
Snevitz is in the
hell?
middle of the hallway. On one side, you've got Lawrence pointing a gun at her, and on the other side, there's Bill. What the fuck is going on?
Who the hell is this? Lawrence? What the fuck?
How do you know my
Yeah.
name? How do
All
you
right,
know my
Lawrence, she's
name?
with us.
Ignore hot
That
Lawrence,
doesn't
okay?
freaking
It's
answer
fine.
the question, man. I don't even know you. But thanks for the beer.
And eyeing Lawrence's like military getup, will kind of like pull up the and take off the glove, pull up the sleeve, the back suit, and be like, and show something like a sleeve is. I'm like, me too. Settle the fuck down.
All right. You served. Okay. I can respect that.
Okay.
Toaster, how you doing with the doc? Is he all right?
Yeah, he's in pain.
Toaster.
You brought an android on the freaking goddamn ship. Why'd you bring an android? Things are
we-
fucking
we
weird enough already.
Call them mechanical apes.
I think
What
I
is
am
this
the toaster
crap?
is the least weird thing on the strip at this moment, okay? There's a talking cat and then there was a yellow cat saying howdy.
Hey, droid. You hear the sound of Bill's voice from behind Snevitz. Can you go ahead and crack that man's neck for me now, please? So we can get the fuck out of here before someone gets shot.
Yeah.
What? And you see, like, Lawrence turns, like, to you, like, no. It's top of Rose speed test.
Speed is not great for me, but
Can I dive out of the way of whatever the fuck is happening?
Absolutely. You can just, I think you can just do that. That's not a roll necessary.
97 failure.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so,
my speed is 28.
Tavru, as you are told to break the the doctor's neck and you scream yes, Lawrence is going to turn his gun away from Snevitz in the direction of you. He's going to fire. At the same time, Snevitz hits the ground and Bill fires, shooting at Lawrence. So lots of things happening here.
Oh, boy.
So for one, let's start with a shot on Tavru, as that's going to be important. Okay. So Tav. Oh
Will
God.
Ashley gets shot in the head in Mothership again? Let's find out.
It's more likely than you
It is a
think.
hit. It is a hit. Okay. So let me get the damage on this. This is just a pistol, just a basic pistol. It's not a laser pistol. What the hell is it called? It's a revolver. There it is. So it's just a D10. So you're gonna take 5 points of damage as you are hit. You feel like a pistol projectile right into your side. Then Bill is going to fire. This is all kind of happening at the same time. Bill is going to fire his laser gun, as laser pistol at old Lawrence, and he will also hit right on the money.
Oh, gosh.
And that will do a wound. The laser pistol just does a straight wound, no damage. As you can see, there's a burst of light coming from right over top of Snevitz as she drops to the ground. The whole little room, this little hallway, suddenly bursts into kind of this red light. You hear Tex like, "Oh no!" and starts running back towards the bridge. And then you can see this singed area, not quite a kill shot, but there definitely starts to burst a little portion of Lawrence's very, very tight schmedium, kind of gets singed a bit. I'm going to turn it over to you guys now, as that is their turn. What are you guys all doing here?
Can I still attack or no?
I'm going to say yes, you can. You absolutely could. It's still going to be an attack because it's not like, I mean, Holloway's not just like a sitting duck. You still have to roll to hit.
Yeah, I would just like to take my like one of my lock picking tools and just jam it into his eye.
Yeah, okay. Go right ahead as you start to stab into his eye.
Combat or strength? Oh, it's the same. Never mind.
It's just a combat. Yeah, just roll combat versus this. I'll say you can take advantage of this because you did actually start carrying him. So he's already you already kind of tricked him into being your friend. 20 is a hit. And you said you're using a tool, one of your tools. So your damage is, we'll just treat this like a pen knife because I think we have that in here, which is a D5. So roll a D5. Roll D10 divided by 2. We have pen knife from back with Derek. I think Derek had one.
Yes. Yeah.
2.
You jab your lock pick right into the eye of Holloway. He screams out in pain and pushes away from you, clambering over top of the piles of these cats, but he is not in fact dead. I will turn towards Chili, Zinnia, and Stevens. What do the three of you do? Any order's fine. I don't care which. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna crack open a cold one and watch this unfold.
Lower your stress by 1.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Lower your stress by you
Just so chill.
Chili, as you step back, you just see, like, looking from down the hall, you can see Tex like, "Hey, come on." Just kind of waving at you, kind of holding up what looks like her own 6-pack from the front. But when you see it's not 6-pack, it's like a 6-pack of Capri Sun. Okay. So Chili, you get a beer and you get out of the way. What about Stevens? What does Stevens or Zinnia do?
All right, Schrody, you got this. And I chuck him at Holloway.
No, darling, help me! And so Schrodinger will leap on top of. Actually, roll a combat test to see if you accurately throw Schrodinger and actually hit. Hit the top.
You know what? I want this to work, so I'm going to take some audience dice.
I do too, please.
I really want it to
I was
work.
gonna let it
All right,
happen.
so I need a 70.
Okay, you got this.
54. I'm glad I took the dice, otherwise I would
The
have failed.
cat lands on top and starts scraping. Stevens, go ahead and we'll say roll a d5. There's a weapon.
That's a 1.
Okay, and Sir just like just unbeknownst, and then suddenly leaps off and then is on top of a bunch of these half cat carcasses. Some of the top half, some of the bottom half. Oh no, darling! Oh God, help me, please! As it's just well, at this point, she's dodging away or he's dodging away. Zinnia, what are you doing?
Zinnia is so completely confused about what the hell is going on and what we're doing, but it seems like everyone has decided that we're attacking Holloway. So Zinnia just sort of like looks at her spear gun, ringing gun, and just sort of shrugs and is kind of like looks towards Holloway and is like, "Not sure why we're doing this, but okay." And so she shoots her ringing gun at Holloway.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
My combat of 35, so we'll see how this goes. There's a 16 under 35, so that is a success.
What is the damage on your rigging gun?
1d10, so I rolled a 3.
Okay, that is enough, actually. As you shoot the rigging gun out, and it just right into his neck as he's trying to clamber away over top of these his cat carcasses. A couple more rounds of fire kind of start to go, but then fade. As you see Lawrence disappears, you can see that Dr. Holloway's body begins to dematerialize. You can see that all of the cat carcasses in the med bay. Chili, as you're exchanging a look with Tex down the hallway, you can see Tex kind of dematerializes and everything fades to black. And all that you see for a moment are the 5 of you, the various cats, and Bill. And
Someone grab Bill.
So it's not like you literally have like
okay.
we're talking heartbeats. Like it's not like it's not even seconds. And so it's just beep 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 beep, and then the world begins to materialize once more. All right. So everyone, as you start to come back, you regain 1 lost skill or limb. Then I need you to roll a sanity save.
Question.
Yes,
if
sir.
I was already regained all my limbs, do I gain a new one?
Do you regain a skill? Do you have a skill lost?
I've not lost a skill, and I got all the limbs that I lost.
No, you don't gain another one.
Damn.
It's only you recover lost limbs and skills. And so if you didn't lose a limb. But I like where your head's at. Okay.
Take my limb
I lost
because
a leg.
I've lost it again. So Snevitz
God.
is the arm coming out of your head.
I knew I was going to fail this check, so I was hoping if I got 1 up, I would just balance back out.
Okay. So who all did anyone pass?
Zinnia
Okay.
passed.
Okay, Zinnia passed, then you're good. You don't have to redo anything. If you failed, you have to lose 2 skills again, or one of your limbs becomes translucent.
Yet again, Stevens falls over as he loses his leg. You'd think he'd be prepared for it at this point.
As
left arm comes back and then disappears.
As everything begins to remanifest, you guys suddenly see, looking around, very nice looking area. You can see a very pristine ship. You're in the hallway between the bridge and the med bay and all that kind of the computer room, etc. Very subtle lighting. Not only that, but there's lush carpeting on the ground. There's like this smooth jazz that's echoing from unseen speakers here and there. And you all just kind of feel like there's a very kind of nice vibe, like a chill vibe within here. Around you, you've got a cat that is next to Snevitz as she's getting up from when she had dove to the ground. You can see another cat is racing back to Stevens after being thrown and is saying, "It was terrible. It was so terrible."
You did good, Schroeder. You did good.
Then you can see another one here is still by Tavru as well. And you guys are in this hallway. I'm going to turn it over to you. Bill's not here. The cat, you can see the med bay doors will close, and you can see it was empty for a moment. It's just kind of this black flickering light, and it's back onto the opposite side of the hallway from where you were. So those of you who are in are just kind of piled into the hallway. Med bay is to your right. You can see the door on it, or see the image. You can see down the hallway, there's the galley, exactly where you expect it to be. The bridge right in front of you, Chili, as you were moving towards where Tex was. Computers on the right-hand side as well. Everything's kind of where it is, but it's just this very kind of subtle, nice lighting, kind of mood lighting, and some nice, soft, lush carpet.
Now this is a ship I can stay on.
Not if you would like to keep your memories and your limbs and your entire existence.
Are Lawrence
Over,
and
what
Tex
happened?
here?
Just us.
Lawrence and Tex have gone. Everybody but yourselves and your cats disappeared. There's always a delay with Bill. Bill lingers, and then once everything materializes, he seems to materialize somewhere else. I would say you guys have probably been through enough of this where whenever this sort of fade to black void happens and comes back, it seems as though Bill, Dr. Holloway even, are somewhere. Whereas you guys are kind of right wherever you were. Whether the ship might have changed is a different story.
We need to end this cycle. This is nice, but we need to end this cycle.
Well, Bill did say we just needed to ride the wave and continue through the universes or realities.
To what end, though? Like just forever?
No, I don't believe so. But until we land,
But
where we jumped to,
it seems though we've seen the doctor get shot. We've shot the doctor. That doesn't seem to do anything. Perhaps we need to turn the machine off, get into the drive room.
I did try to remove the helmet, and that seemed to be a little bit more messy.
But then the drive is still running. Would we not need to turn the drive off to stop this infernal jumping? I'm smarter. I lose memories. I'm smarter. I lose memories. This one keeps losing legs.
We could attempt that, but we do need to find this Holloway on this ship. But
Maybe it is Holloway and Bill that we need to kill. They do seem to be the through lines.
Like at the same time?
Or before we jump. Both need to die before we jump. And it seems
we don't jump until one of them does die.
Holloway specifically. So
have we killed Bill?
Get killed at the same time or Bill gets killed before Holloway. Because once Holloway dies, we jump.
So we can try killing Bill.
Well, I would like to know what Bill knows, so I do think we should try to speak with him.
I am all for trying, but he did not seem very chatty before, just that he was very clear about the mission that he had, which was to kill Holloway.
Walk and talk, and Tovaru is going to start looking for the tether.
So you look around for the tether. You don't see it in the hall. You don't see it going in any of these rooms. The door to the bridge opens up. You can see Tex starts walking out, much like the Tex that you saw when you first got on the ship. He's got like this trucker's hat, mullet, kind of baggy clothing, and like the door opens up. Hey, Lawrence, what the? Oh shit! Who y'all? What the hell? And just quickly, like a quick draw artist, just pulls the gun up, like, who the hell y'all on the ship? And just kind of reaches over and smashes what looks like this small little emergency button on the inside of the bridge door. You hear like these klaxons kind of going, "Hey, we got intruders!"
No, Tex, it's me. It's Chili.
Yeah, buddy, I don't know your name. Hey, wait a second. How do you know my name? What the?
So
APOA has been trying to work with hyperjumps, hyperdrives, and it messed up. And we are from another ship. Tovaru?
Yes. So, Dr. Holloway, yes, did the jump.
Okay.
I
don't recognize any of y'all.
Look, we made all these jumps.
Well,
see, this is your vac suit from another ship. Remember? At all costs. At all costs above your bed?
Well, I'll be fucking damned. Huh.
Yes.
Ain't that something?
Nice
Takes the
job,
gun,
Tovaru.
puts
You
it back
convinced
in their
her.
holster. What'd you say, Stevens?
I was giving Tovaru a compliment because she convinced him.
No, Snubbits.
No, that was a
shit.
joke. Tovaru kept trying to talk, and Snevitz and Steven kept talking over her.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Door opens up, and in walks, and you, as the galley doorway opens up, you guys, like, you smell, something smells delicious, like, just wafting from the galley. And, like, smells of, like, cinnamon and spice just kind of wafting through. And you can see, in comes Lawrence. Well, what is happening here, Captain? Very interesting. And no longer
like original flavor, Lawrence.
Original flavor, Lawrence.
Okay.
Original flavor, Lawrence. No medium, no marine crew cut, no gun. Oh God, what is happening here?
Brody, get him.
And
Schrodinger's
Schrodinger's like,
at
darling, I don't have it in me. Oh my God, that cat is talking. Why is that cat talking?
I already threw the cat.
The cat. Go ahead and throw. Go ahead and roll your attack as you throw it at Lawrence. Jesus.
25 under 50.
So in this one you succeed at.
Amazing.
This
This is
Amazing.
what Tover said to do.
That is not what I said to do at all. Don't blame that on me.
Stevens, you throw the cat in the direction of Lawrence, flies through the air, lands on Lawrence, and starts scratching. Lawrence is like, and just starts hitting the cat and hitting the cat and hitting the cat. And all of a sudden, massive explosion right there in the middle of the hallway. You see viscera and gore erupt in all directions. I need everybody in the hallway to go ahead and roll a speed test as this explosion occurs right as it seems Lawrence was banging and hitting and smacking the poor Schrodinger.
I failed that one.
I failed that too.
I crit
That's a
succeeded.
failure.
Can I talk him to letting me use either athletics or military training to
Yeah, you can always add a skill if it's relevant. So
Okay.
yeah, one of those, whatever one you still have that you haven't gotten rid of, sure.
Sweet. I actually am both back. It's a success for me.
Okay. So those who failed, it looks like Rue and Rue failed. Who else failed? Stevens, you failed.
Stevens failed.
And Chili.
Dr.
Zinnia
Zinnia.
failed.
Oh no,
Failed.
Chili did great.
Chili succeeded just fine. Chili, you don't even look at it because you're pretty cool and chill and you're talking to Tex. You don't even see the explosion happen. So go ahead and take a point of stress back as you don't even, something happens behind you. You turn around, you see the
Dude, it's so
face
chill.
of Tex kind of go wide. And you turn around, and behind you, there is just gore and explosion. You can see there's some damage against the walls. You see the body of Lawrence and Schrodinger has been ripped apart, leaking down the sides of the actual walls here and there. Stevens, Zinnia, and Tavro, each of you take a wound.
Okay.
I did not expect that result.
And then go ahead
Good
and roll
gosh.
on the, what's it called? On the fire and explosives. I think it's fire and explosives wounds.
Yeah, fire explosives.
Yep, fire and explosives wound table. Okay, so Tavru and Snevitz, you're just a little singed, no big deal. Let's see, but actually no, Mitra, you shouldn't have had
I
to do it.
thought I rolled.
Oh, you probably-
I think it rolled as me as
Yeah,
my tray because
yeah,
I
it's-
clicked on her token by accident. So I'm the one that's singed.
So, that is in you. Probably were just the one who was closest. You took a major burn. Your body save is now
did.
reduced by -5 as you have cat guts, human guts, and burn residue all down your side. You're laying on the ground. Both Tavro and Stevens, you're shaken. Like your ears are maybe ringing a little bit. You can see you're picking little bits
My
and
bad,
tufts
Zinnia.
of cat. As it seems your cat exploded. And you hear,
And
Trev's
truly,
like, what the fuck's happening around here? And just kind of is like, anybody? Doc?
So Holloway died too, right?
What do you mean Holloway?
No, that was
I threw the
Lauren.
cat
Right
at
now?
Holloway.
Lawrence.
Or Lawrence.
No, you threw it at Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence is dead. There's a dead.
Holloway
Did you think that
Lawrence
was
in there.
Holloway?
It's not Holloway.
You thought that was Holloway?
You
killed Lawrence.
Lawrence. God.
Oh. Zinnia's just laying on the ground. Like, what? What did you do? That hurts.
Tex, who had been on your side for a moment, pulls the gun back out. All right, I need all of you to get your bellies on the ground, every one of you right now. Holy shit, Lawrence. What the fuck, man? Oh shit, every one of you on the ground, bellies on the ground, arms
I'm
extended,
already on the ground.
So
Can I just
arms
lay here?
extended.
I can't recommend shooting us because there is a chance that we may also explode like that cat just did, and that would definitely also kill you.
Yeah, that
Poor
sounds like a
Shorty.
bunch of bullshit. You looked as surprised as anyone, and I'm pretty sure if you knew what the fuck just happened, you probably wouldn't have done it. So just zip it. Just go ahead and zip it. That's right. You too, fella. Go ahead. Okay, come on, good looking. Down on the ground. Let's go. And he's kind of pointing at Chili at this. She's kind of pointing at Chili at this point.
All right.
Okay. Oh goodness. Oh man. Whew.
So
Well.
we need to find your Dr. Holloway.
Okay. That's great. Hey, Doc, can you come up to the bridge and explain just what in the fucking hell is happening here? Doc, are more of you on the ship?
No,
There's more of you on the ship in there.
Just us,
Nope,
but we do need to find your doctor. He's in great pain at this time.
Great pain, huh? Okay.
The jump is very, very painful in the human brain. He's in excruciating pain. Where did you leave him?
Drive room, probably. He's always down there fiddling with something.
Okay,
All right, here's what's gonna happen. I'm in charge. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna leave this tall drink of water, this cutie little snack right here with me as collateral. Okay? Rest of ye, go find the doc. Doc, I'm sending some folks for you. And you bring them up here. Anything happens, and this cute little thing right here, ripping him up. Got me? He's going in the pot. Got me?
Julie, is that okay with you?
Do what she
We'll
says,
leave you with
please.
hot text. Okay.
And Zinnia just with this like massive like burn on the side of her body, just like slowly gets up and she's like, let's go to the drive room, please.
You are also next to the med bay, by the way. That's the other thing to think about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Poor Shrody.
Steven,
You just
why
hear-
would you do that? That's horrible.
I thought it was Holloway coming around the corner. You said we needed to kill Holloway.
Yeah, that was
Didn't we just
clearly
get
not
Schrodinger?
Holloway.
Should we go to Med Bay and get something for all of you?
Julie, can I have a beer before we go?
I'll hand him a beer.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So you've been given an order. Go find the doc. Chili's staying with her. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna start looking for the tether.
Okay. So you head back down
Split
towards
up,
the
cover more
galley.
ground.
What?
Do we split up to cover more ground?
Or you just have the one like
Just going back to the drive room.
where are you planning on going?
So what are you guys doing?
We're going back
Hover's
to the
looking-
drive room.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
looking for the tether, but
Okay.
heading to the drive room if we can't find it.
All right. So the four of you.
On the way to the drive room, though, Snevitz is gonna say to them like, "Bill's gonna show up. We should wait for him, take him out, and then once that's done, get rid of Dr. Holloway."
If they're going to the drive room, I'm gonna split off and go towards the living quarters and
Okay.
barracks.
Let me describe what you see when you guys open the galley door first, and then you guys can
Okay.
continue
Sure.
on. You go into the galley, and you see in the middle of the galley is a very large cauldron. And from it, you can smell delicious things. All around, there's a handful of tables and such here and there. There's also a cat nearby. It's just kind of, you can see it's just sort of like eating from a bowl and kind of chewing on something, kind of looks up and sees you all. Looks a little confused a little bit as you all kind of starts slowly coming over at this point.
Brody, you're okay.
Starts to curl a little bit around Stevens.
I pick him up and I hug him. I thought
I'll
you were
let
dead.
do it. Doesn't say anything, just kind of nibble, sort of nibbles a little bit on your cheek a little bit, but seems to be none the worse for wear. You get a little smudge of something, whatever it was eaten on your chin, but otherwise they're fine. You can see that everything seems to be in the same basic order as you're kind of facing and moving in the direction, like to your right, it's the corridors, to your left, there's like another path down there, kind of goes towards the science lab, etc. There's no one else in here. So, from what I heard, Snevitz, Zinnia, Tavra, you're going back to the drive room. Stevens, you said you were splitting off, possibly?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a Schrodinger 2.0 and go towards the living quarters and barracks.
Okay, so you pick up Schrodinger whatever point .0 and you go over towards the living quarters. No problem. Okay. Let's see. So, a couple things. These are all going to happen at once. So, because you're all in different places again, we got 3 different groups. So let's go through this one at a time. So let's see. All right, Tavru, Zinnia, Snevitz. You start heading down the hallway. That's got the science lab. Looking for the tether. You don't see it. You just kind of keep going until you get to the drive room. No problem along the way. Stevens, you head the opposite direction. Instead of going out the door that goes past the science lab, you head out the door that goes over towards one of the lifts and towards the living quarters. When you get towards that lift, you can see the tether coming back from the end of the ship down the hallway near you, and it seems to go into the private quarters of, would you remember being Dr. Holloway's quarters when you first did your tour. Chili, meanwhile, you hear text back. All right, sweet stuff. Why don't you go ahead and get on up for me, please?
What's gonna happen here?
Oh no, I just need you. Come on, I just need you to do me a favor. You got to take care of Lawrence here. We can't go leaving this around here in the middle of the passage. Come on, just go ahead and you can do me a favor. Just
yeah, poor Lawrence. Such a good guy.
Yeah, he's all right. Go ahead and just take both pieces. Yeah, right. Take the leg and then it's okay. I'll get the other leg. You go ahead and you just drag him into the galley for him, will you?
I'll help her drag him.
Okay. And so the two of you just kind of drag the bodies of Lawrence into the galley. All right, can you go ahead and just kind of strip whatever bits of clothing you see right there? Just go ahead and strip them on down.
Sure, we're preparing for a funeral.
Sure, that's what we're doing. Yeah, last rites and whatnot.
Yeah, I can take his clothes off.
Yeah, thank you. Rest in peace and all hail to the Sun Lord or something.
I'll pour it out for him.
Yeah. Pouring out. Absolutely. That sounds like a good idea. Okay. Hey, could you just go ahead and just lift it up now? You look like a pretty strong fellow, right? You teamster? God.
Yeah,
work out.
Lift things.
Go ahead and just toss them up in that cauldron there. Thank you.
Look back at the cauldron.
It's a gigantic cauldron. It's hard to miss. It's massive. Yeah, just go ahead and toss them in there. Waste not, want not, man.
If you say so.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, good eats tonight. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. Well.
You say eats.
Yeah, good eats. Protein, vitamins, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, no. I don't eat that. I'm vegetarian.
I didn't say you were eating it. You can go ahead and strip on down too while you're at it. And just go ahead and just dive on in.
I don't think I handle temperatures well.
Do you handle bullets to the face well? How about that? Do you handle that well? Or should we do an experiment?
Untested,
and
actually.
Pulls back on the trigger. All right, what do you want to do, Chili? As your arms are covered in the blood of Lawrence, you've got the body of Lawrence as you're being instructed to lift him up into the cauldron, guns being pointed at you in the middle of the galley, all by yourself. What would you like to do?
How's it made to get up into the cauldron?
It's like literally, think of it like a giant witch's cauldron kind of deal, just right there in the middle, and there's like little kind of like bistro tables around it.
Is it cooking right now? Is it pretty hot?
It's hot.
Think of it as a hot tub.
I'm gonna have to pull a quick one here.
Okay.
With one leg.
And crowbar this new text here.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a speed test with disadvantage, as they have a gun on you.
Sure.
Roll a speed test at disadvantage, and if you succeed, you'll be able to make the attack before they're able to pull the trigger.
I just love I don't think I handle the temperatures well. Like, this is going to dissuade.
Failed with 73.
Oh, okay. So as you lunge forward with your crowbar, old Tex is going to take a shot. Good news is that she actually ain't that great. All right. Actually, that's a success with a 31. You're going to go ahead and take a D10 worth of damage. So it's going to be 4 points of damage. As you lunge forward, they kind of just step back a bit, let your balance fall. They fire. They put a bullet into your leg as you take a little splurt of damage. You're doing okay. I think it was your only damage you've taken so far, right?
Yeah, I was pretty healthy still.
And right as they're about to, they're kind of looking at, oh, that's a shame there, Chili. That's a shame. I was going to give you a little bit of something to eat before I went ahead. I was going to fatten you up like, all Hansel and Gretel like. But since you're like this, goodbye, Chili. And it kind of holds the gun up. And that's when the door behind you opens. And you can see from the bridge, the door that opens from that hallway. And you can see there's Bill, who just holds a laser pistol up. And there's now a hole in Tex's head as they go fall into the ground. And then the laser pistol comes to you. Why did you keep fucking around with this kind of thing? And you can see one of his arms is kind of going all translucent here. You fucking people wasting my fucking time.
Never been so happy to see you. We're like twinsies. I'm missing an arm as well.
You seen the doc?
Who's looking for him?
Well, we need to go kill him. So let's go fucking find him. Finally convince you, dumbass fucking android. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Pull your pants up. Whatever the fuck you gotta do. Let's go. Come on.
And I'll lead him to where we were going.
Yeah, so you'll start going to the back. And again, you're traveling a little bit fine. Go over to Stevens. Stevens, you had shifted off in the direction of living quarters. What are you doing as you see the tether go off?
I'm following
into
the tether.
Okay. The door is closed. I would say you could probably hear pain. It's just the pained squeals of Dr. Holloway on the other side of the door.
I knock on the door.
Door opens up. Help me.
I see Holloway.
You do, in fact, see Holloway. Yeah, you see his
This is
quarters.
Holloway.
You look, and you do, in fact, see Holloway. You see his quarters. I think this is the first time you've seen the quarters that he is in.
I think so, too.
So I will describe them briefly before you do what you do. Very Spartan, very tidy. You can see there is a padlock briefcase that is sitting on what appears to be some kind of desk or platform. There is also what looks like a manual as well, and there is a open closet within which a hazard suit is currently hanging. Help me, please. They just kind of reach out and kind of grab you on the arm. It hurts so bad.
Scrody, get him! And I toss the new cat at Holloway.
Roll another combat test, you stupid fuck. Oh, God.
I'm taking audience dice on this one.
This is not the. I think
the manual.
We've got one left, by the way.
I
Okay,
didn't say
I'm
what the
using the
manual was
last one.
for. I just said it looks like a manual. Okay. Jeez.
That is a success. 29 under 60.
Roll a D fucking 5. God damn it.
Come on, Scrody. You got this. Oh, that's another one.
The cat scrapes off and starts you see this little scratch come down and you can see Holloway stumbles back. It falls back. It's at that point, Stevens, you hear a gunshot from further back towards the galley. We're going to cut to Tavro, Dr. Zinnia, and Snevitz. You've reached the Trailblazer room. It looks exactly like you saw before when you were last in here, when this all kind of went down. You see the golden tether. You see it coming out. It just happened to go down the other hallway that you were going down. Other things you see in here, again, remember, it's that the actual Trailblazer is huge. It's bigger than a normal drive. It's golden. It is within a radiation shield with like a small little hatch through which the tether seems to be the only thing that comes through it. But you don't see Dr. Holloway. What do you want to do?
Trying to get through that radiation shield, like trying to find a way to disable the drive. Like that is Zinnia's goal here, is to try to disable the drive.
Okay. Well, walk me through how you want to try to do that.
So she, and I'm not remembering from here the first time, like, is there a like a control room? So like the machine is in one place and the control room is somewhere else.
Panels and things like that, but no, there's not like a control room like you go into, and there's a series of consoles and things, and then on the far side within the radiation shield is that large golden drive.
So we can try to go over to the control panels and see if there's a way to turn this thing off from there.
You can go over the control panels, but it does not appear like you don't see anything here. You know from your briefing that all of it is tied to the brain of Dr. Holloway. He was making the changes, the calculations, everything was kind of funneling. That's why the tether is. He's controlling the drive with his brain. And so as far as you're aware, like that's like the turn on, turn off kind of thing. Let's see. Trying to see if there's anything else. So yeah, you look for any kind of power relays kind of funneling into it. You try to turn them off, but like you can just see the power, like whatever kind of power is being funneled to this doesn't shut down. It just continues to go. Like you hit like the button, you bring down the levers, whatever it might be. None of it is, all the power is still kind of funneling. It just seems no matter what. Now this is all outside the radiation shield. Snevich, you have a vac suit on, which isn't the same thing as a rad suit, but does afford you a little bit of protection. So there is that to consider. But that's what you see. Other thoughts?
I'm gonna say that Zinnia. I put this on because you don't leave good material behind, but I don't really need it. Do you want it?
Oh, I've been wearing mine the whole time. I actually have a vac suit.
Do you have a vac suit on?
Oh, never mind then. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
But were you wearing it the whole time? Like when you first arrived and when you did the tour, and did you actually have it on? That would be, I mean, it wouldn't really make sense for you to have it on, but if you want to say you did, you can, but.
Yeah, just what I rolled for like item stuff.
Yeah. So the thing basically was that anything you didn't have on you, anything you just stored, like that, you don't have access to anymore. But if you had it on you, so if you were wearing it, you still have it. It's up to you to make the decision on whether you think you were actually walking around with it when you were doing the tour and first arrived.
That's fine. Do we think we'd go in there and see what we can do to sabotage this thing?
I'm gonna say yes, but I want to go check on Chili as well, and maybe just ask if she knows where Holloway would be if he's not in here.
Okay, I mean, you guys do know that the tether connects to him.
Yeah, we do see the tether leading out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's
There's
what's
two
going
Yeah.
to
Went
routes
the other direction.
away from the drive. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to try to just get in there
Then
and
yes.
see if I can destroy
Agreed.
something.
If
Okay.
you both would like to try to get in here, I will continue to follow to Dr. Holloway.
Okay.
That works.
Tavra, you leave, you start following the tether. Dr. Zinni, you go up to that hatch and you can see that there is some sort of biometric scan. It seems to be not unlike what you saw going into the private chambers of when you were searching around initially. So when you go up and you try to just like break it, like you can't seem to break it open. You go up and you sort of try to scan yourself. It doesn't seem to register you. There is like the tether that comes out of the center of the hatch and it kind of shifts around here and there. But even that, like the tether, as you guys have tried before, it is not cut. It's not a thing you can cut. Like you've tried cutting through it, you tried shooting through it. Even the doors when the bulkheads come down aren't even enough to sever it. So just getting through the hatch, that's not actually working. Now, there is the glass, which you could potentially break. However, you know that it is radiation shielding, and you don't necessarily know what the effect that might have.
Zinnia's going to go for it. This has been interesting, and Zinnia wants to see what this will do. So,
Why don't, before you do that, why don't we go to the med bay real quick and see if there's like anything to mitigate rats?
we don't know how much time we've got. Like sometimes we're in one of these things and it's not for very long. So just gonna go for it. And so she's
what help can I give you?
Like I wouldn't mind taking the vac suit if we think the vac suit might help a little bit with.
Yeah, I mean, like their vac suits, they definitely have radiation shielding. They're not the same as wearing like a rad suit, which is a little bit sturdier, but it's definitely better than nothing for sure. Especially since vac suits go out into space and radiation is hitting you at that time.
If I can borrow that there vac suit, that would be appreciated. I brought mine, but it's back wherever Toma and Geraldine are.
Before she's doing finish her sentence. Okay. Taking it off.
So you guys start switching. We're gonna cut back now to Chili and his new friend, not Tex, who has a hole in their head, but instead this time it's Bill. Give me a high or low there. High or low there, Long.
Let's go high.
Let's go high. 64. You hang a right. You go through the right-hand door, and there's the golden tether. Okay, it's coming from the back of the ship by the drive. It's coming upwards, and you can see it's going over into the living quarters. And it's around that time you hear, "Wah!" as like the cat kind of freaks out, and you can hear the voice of Dr. Holloway going, and Steven's going, "Get him, Schrody!"
Looks like they found you.
You come around and you can see there is Schrodinger on the face of Dr. Holloway, who is rolling around the ground. Stevens is standing in the doorway of Holloway's quarters. You and Bill run up. What happens? I give you guys a beat or two to do something before Bill just starts blasting.
Before he even realizes that they're coming up, Stevens would start seeing Bud and just start going at Holloway, trying to just bash him into the ground like he did with Bud.
Okay. So Stevens, go ahead and roll your attack. Chili, if you want to intervene, roll a speed test.
I don't have a real reason to stop him.
Okay, fair enough. Stevens, just roll your attack.
Just barely failed. 57 over 50.
You leap forward, and it's just so... It's not even like he dodged out of the way. It's more just you just missed. The cat kind of got between you and it. You almost smashed the cat. The cat leaps out, and you two are just kind of rolling on the ground in this most ineffectual way possible. Chili, you see, what the fuck kind of friends do you have? And he just starts shooting the laser like pistols down at the ground. Chili, what are you doing?
How many Holloways have you killed now, Bill?
I've lost count. At the end, I'm telling you, there's got to be an end to this thing. And it's not like they fucking started it. Fucking Lawrence. In my world, it was Lawrence was the one who made this fucking drive and tried to plug me into it instead of them, that fucking coward. And that's where this all started. So if you don't mind me, could you get out of my way, Chili? I don't want to go and fucking shoot you. Move. Off to the side. Hey, cat. Man, get your damn cat out of the way. I'm going to shoot them, Chili. I swear to God, if they don't get out of the way.
He's all yours.
Stevens is still wrestling, trying to kill Holloway.
All right. Well, that's a 15 on my attack. Stevens, roll. Actually, let's just do a high or low. Stevens, high or low?
Always go low.
31. It hits Holloway. And just like that, everything starts to dematerialize, turn black, void around you. Snevitz, Dr. Zinnia, everything kind of goes black. Tavro, you're by yourself following the tether going in the direction towards the front of the ship. When everything kind of turns and turns and turns, Chili, Stevens, same thing. Cat is with you, Stevens. I think there's a cat with Snevitz. Guess haven't seen the holographic cat in a while. The howdy cat, we all know what happened to the howdy cat. Okay, gotta write one more thing down.
You did it,
And
Shody. Good job.
And after a minute, after a couple heartbeats, everything begins to materialize once more. Go ahead, restore a lost skill or limb, and then roll your sanity save. Oh, goodness.
Did we determine with sanity if I was able to use like my physics with this or no?
You can use it for this. I think you've sort of started to figure out a little bit of the parallel dimensional stuff, a little, so you can kind of you can apply it. Anybody who has like
Doesn't
physics
matter.
or anything that can
Still
apply it.
fucked.
Okay,
I succeeded for the first time.
nice.
My arm comes back and I cradle it.
One arm comes back, the other one fades away.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
My
How'd you do,
left
Stevens?
leg comes back and then immediately phases back away. So I'm still one-legged.
Zinnia, how'd you do?
Failed, and I've been going back and forth with my room-wise in chemistry. So
Okay.
I've lost both of them now.
All right. So, as the world fades in, Bill once more disappears. This time, as the world comes back in, you all are in the same general places that you were before. Chili, Stevens, you find yourselves in the living quarters. Snevitz and Zinnia, you find yourself in the drive room. Tavru, you find yourself in one of these corridors between the drive room and the living quarters. You guys are all in relatively the same place. Couple things kind of change a little bit as you realize around you everything is really, really big. The drive, which already was quite enormous, Snevitz and Zinnia, is like twice the size. The consoles even are enormous. Like your heads aren't even big enough. You actually have to pull yourself up just to see the consoles. Tavro walking down the passageway, it's twice as wide, twice as tall. Chili, Stevens, you look down at the bunk, twice as wide, twice as tall. See hanging in the closet. There's still a vac suit in there, but it's really freaking big, or a hazard suit, excuse me, but it's really, really, really big.
I was going to grab that too.
Everything seems to be roughly twice the size of what you've seen before. Zinnia, you can see that the tether is coming out from the room that you guys are in. It's twice as thick as the tether that you've seen before, or maybe you're just half as large as you were. Hard to say which. But that's what we specifically see. One thing I would say Zinnia and Snevitz also notice is that there appears to be a little bit more slack left in the tether in here, as if you would get the sense that maybe it's not that far away, as it looks like there's a big coil in the ground. And this is what you all see when I turn it over to you. What do you guys want to do?
Well, Zinnia was trying to get into there and didn't have time to do it, so she's just going to start right back there again because that was what her goal was.
Are you just bashing the glass? Is that all you're doing?
Yep.
Okay.
She's like, what? And she's just like cursing every time, like, and of course she's smaller now, so like she's just taking out her frustration on like what keeps happening, and she's just like cursing every time she's trying to take like her rigging gun and just use it as a blunt instrument.
Okay.
How the hell did we jump? How did we jump? Did someone kill Holloway?
Clearly, someone killed Holloway. I don't know why someone killed Holloway.
Who
We talked
killed
about killing
Holloway?
Bill. I don't think they killed Bill. I think they killed
Bill
Holloway.
might have been the one to do it for all you know.
Did
Point
you
your
guys
fingers
kill?
everywhere.
It's fine if you killed Holloway. We just also have to kill Bill.
You guys It's only you and Zinnia that are in the room.
Yeah.
together.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We're where we ended the last jump.
Thank you.
Steven was just participating in this scene in which he was not there.
I got on the intercom.
I'm sorry. Confused.
You can't reach it. It's too high up.
There was shade being
You drag a
directed that
giant
needed to be
chair over.
responded to.
All right, so Zinnia is bashing the glass and trying to break through the radiation shielding. Snevitz, what do you want to do?
Frustratedly asking, but what the fuck just happened?
Okay, then we'll kick it over to Chili and Stephens. You are in the room of Dr. Holloway. He is not here. Bill is also not here. You see none of that sort of thing. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. What do we see in the drive room around us?
Oh, everything is twice the size that
But
it was
Holloway's
before.
not there.
Holloway is not there. You see the tether is leaving. There's a lot of slack in the tether in the room to suggest it's probably not that far away, but it's not in the actual drive room specifically.
Oh, Doc, if everything's big, that means Holloway's big. Oh, son of a fuck.
Do you want to try to bring him back in here? If we want to try to make sure he doesn't get killed this time, we can try to bring him back here.
I don't mind if he also gets killed.
Just not first.
Just not first.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let's follow the tether. Maybe we'll find Tor on the way.
Okay. You come out, you follow the tether, you realize it doesn't go that far. It actually goes literally right into the engine room, which is sort of abutted or adjacent to the drive room specifically. So it's not that far away. When you push it open, it's like the engine room is tall, kind of actually connects first floor and the second floor. It's that tall. It's this huge engine in the middle. Turbines are just withering around over and over and over again. It's at the very, very rear of the ship, whereas the engine's like the drive room is a little bit further forward. And so you can just follow it all the way back to the very rear of the ship. You can see all the turbines spinning and humming, and you can see there in the corner is a very large Dr. Holloway, roughly twice the size of you all. He is he's about 10 feet tall, 11 feet tall, around there. He's got a very thick tether and a very thick back suit. And he is like huddling in the corner, whimpering and in pain still. Let's cut the Tavra really fast. Tavra, as you're back, you are in the passageway that was twice as wide as you last remember it, twice as tall as you last remember it. You don't see anyone around you. You don't see the tether going past you either, but it does seem like there's the lift right next to you. There's up ahead, and the lift again twice as big. And you can see the doors down the corridor in the direction of one way is the galley, twice as large. One way you can see goes towards the bunks and the living areas. Doorways are twice as large. Everything's huge, or you're small. One of the two.
Tovru, as she's walking and this happens, and she kind of comes back into reality. Oh, someone must have found Dr. Holloway. And she will immediately turn right back around and go back to the engine room.
And you see coming out of the drive room, there is a tether. And if you follow it, it'll take you right into the engine room. And you will see there is Snevitz and there is Zinnia. And they are standing next to a quivering, whimpering, 11-foot tall Dr. Holloway, who is kind of in the corner, whimpering in pain. His voice is a little bit lower than before, but it's still there. Let's touch in with Chili and Stevens too, as the three of you can think about how you want to handle this. But like Chili and Stevens, you are in the living quarters, very large living quarters, or you are very small people within Dr. Holloway's place. Everything looks the same, Stevens. It's just bigger. Like you can still see the same hazard suit, you can still see the same bed, you can still see the same briefcase. Everything is just twice as big as you last remember seeing.
Hopping around on one leg, I give Schrodinger some scritches and tell him he did a good job for killing Holloway. And then would I be able to pull the hazmat suit down? Like I know that I can't like reach the hanger, but it just like pulling on it, just trying to bundle it up and like.
Yes, it's very heavy, but you can if you wrap it up, you can kind of put it over, almost like you're carrying.
I'm imagining like a
roll
large
of
air
carpet.
mattress.
Yeah.
Carpet,
or it's just like if you roll it up, you just put it over like a tube over your shoulder. You can do that, sure.
Yeah, I want to do that and hope that the next
Okay.
jump it gets smaller.
Okay. Chili, you weren't here before, so I'll re-describe what you see. Very clean, Spartan, tidy, that kind of stuff. There is a padlock briefcase and what looks like a manual of some kind sitting on top of a desk near you. And I already described what was in the closet, and then there's the bed as well. And that's what's in this room.
I'll try and climb on top and see if I can read any of these manuals.
So you climb on up, and I mean, like it's more like you just kind of like do like a look over the thing, and you can see that the manual is for a Fresnel resonator manual that doesn't necessarily seem to have a whole lot of direct connection to what you're doing here, but it could be interesting, could be something, some other experiment. But you also notice that there is this padlock briefcase.
If
Looks
it's
pretty
locked,
interesting.
I'll try and jam my crowbar in it.
Okay, let's do a strength test. You're using a crowbar, take an advantage as you try to break this thing open. Strangely enough, because it's a little bit bigger, that means the seams are a little bit bigger, and your crowbar is kind of small, so it's getting in there.
At advantage, success with the 25.
You crack it open, and there inside, you can find blueprints. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner of these blueprints, there is sort of like the little buy and the engineering schematics, all this kind of stuff, and it labeled Green Star. Got Green Star Logistics logo, but it also is titled Trailblazer Drive. You have found the schematics for the Trailblazer Drive.
Yay.
I'll roll them up.
Anything good in there, Chili?
Not good to eat, but got some schematics.
Schematics? All right. Oh shit, I don't have my reading glasses.
Let's hobble to the others.
You still have bits of other Schrodinger and Lawrence on you, by the way. You're just kind of coated in it as you're singed.
Along with Bud's collar and then a giant rolled up vac suit. Hazard suit.
The two of you go out and you look around and you don't see the tether. You see the lift. You see the direction to the bunks. You see the direction to the galley. You don't see anybody else. Which direction would you two go?
Go towards the drive room, last known place there we go.
Okay. Sounds good.
Same.
Okay. Two of you start moving to the back. We'll come back to, for a beat or two, we'll come back to Zinnia, Snevitz, and Tavru, who are in the engine room with the very large Dr. Holloway, who is weeping and in pain. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna whisper to them like, he doesn't see us. Let's step outside and see if we can wait for Bill. He's gonna follow this tether. He's gonna try and get Dr. Holloway. Let's cut him off before he does.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
We will need a larger weapon.
I've got my shotgun with 2 shots, and he's got a laser pistol that he's been using. Between one shot and the laser pistol, maybe we can take Holloway out, and I'll save my second shot. Or, fuck no. One shot should take Bill out. One of you will have to handle the laser pistol, or I can try. But I don't think we'll have a lot of time, so both shots have to go off at the same time.
Okay. And Tovru's just basically like looking around for Bill.
All this is
Okay.
whispered, and we're stepping us up, by the way. I just don't want to. I don't know if my mic will pick it up, so.
From what you can tell, Dr. Holloway, this one and all the others before, has been in so much pain and has been babbling incoherently. Some sort of weird pattern. He keeps kind of repeating a similar pattern over and over again. It never quite makes sense, but yeah.
The
Go ahead,
pattern mean anything to Tavru?
What kind of skills do you get? Anything
Tavru,
code breaking or anything like that?
Ooh,
No, she has like
training
physics,
might be
linguistics,
close.
computers, mathematics, and geology.
Okay.
Zinnia
can
has
take a-
AI, if that counts for
AI doesn't
anything.
really apply.
If there
I'll
were
take a
codes
linguistics.
in
maybe.
military training, I don't know.
No, it's not quite like that. I'll take linguistics though. Linguistics is okay. So go ahead and Tolliver, give a linguistics roll.
Sweet.
Is a failure. Man, I'm rolling in the 90s
Son
tonight.
of a 97 over 69.
Fuck.
Mhm.
I'll say
Not
this.
nice.
You get the sense that he keeps repeating kind of the same. What you notice is kind of the same, not the same exact phrase, but a lot of the same patterns as you start to examine the phrases. So there's things like pawn, fate, thrill, forms, pun, fatal, aims, piff, eight, lames. There's like this pattern with like a P and an F and an A. Like there's something in there that's making that you think he's sort of repeating something important. It could be a code word, could be a password, could be something like that, but you can't sort it out. Like, so you kind of know what it might be, but you don't know specifically what he's trying to say. And it even seems like maybe he doesn't even know what he's trying to say. Like it's the type of thing where he's trying to enunciate something, but it's not coming out clear, and he seems to be struggling with it himself. But
Okay.
you do get the sense that it could be important. It's not just gibberish. There's something to it. There's a pattern to it.
Got it. Okay.
And it's at this point we'll say that you all see Chili and Stevens carrying a carpet over his shoulder, and another cat
And a
following,
cat.
apparently. As the two of them, tiny, and you all will say meet in the intersection where the passage that leads to the living quarters meets the drive room, meets the engine room, kind of that passageway there. And that's where you all hear. You actually have a beat to yourself. This is the first time maybe that you all have had a real good beat to yourself without anyone really interrupting. You don't know how long it's going to last.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do? You're
Brody
not
did it,
wrong in
y'all.
thinking- Yeah.
Shorty
What?
killed Holloway.
Oh, it was you who killed Holloway.
No, it was Schrodinger. Ooh, good boy. Give him some scritches.
This
Do you
time.
like him now?
Oh yeah, he's my
Did-
best friend.
Did you guys find anything? What?
Got these
I found
documents.
this, and I just dropped the hazmat suit.
It's a gigantic cat. You can fit
There's
two
an
of you.
11-foot hallway in there, and she'll sort of explain the general plan about waiting for Bill and then taking one shot at him, taking his laser pistol, and then killing Holloway.
Wait,
Yeah.
Chili, did you say you have blueprints?
Yeah, do you want to take a look, Doc?
Oh, yes.
Blueprints to the drive. Yes, please.
All right, I'm gonna spill some beer on it, but here you go.
And she's furiously like unfurling it and like
Yeah,
looking
Tover's
pretty.
helping. Yeah.
The papers are enormous. They're twice as big as normal.
Yeah, we're, like,
plans
walking-
would be, 'cause you got them
It's like
in this
on the
universe.
ground, and so we're like walking over it as we're like spreading it out on the ground.
Yeah,
It says
so-
Make sure you have your reading
very
glasses. The font on those
specifically
things is so
patrolling-
small.
But now we're so small, so it's big.
Okay. So effectively, Zinnia, what you have here is the engineering schematics for the drive. So you can kind of see how it functions, how it works. It's not a whole lot dissimilar, like we've said before, from a regular drive, but there's certainly larger or there's more complicated mechanisms. There are mechanisms that you can kind of understand. There is, like you can see, it does seem to have like a experimental observational radius. And it says like 199.98239 meters, like references that. That's kind of a new thing that you haven't quite seen before. Ultimately, this is the type of thing that mechanically would allow you that if you were trying to do any kind of jerry rigging with the drive, if there was something that you came up with that you might want to try to do or something you get from somebody else, this might help you do it. In terms of just like finding a smoking gun, you still lack some context for that. But these are the type of schematics where you can potentially start to screw around with some stuff without causing, the universe to implode upon itself, which you realize had you done a few things that you maybe had going in the back of your mind, like, okay, we can try pulling on this and maybe rerouting this power or that power. Oh, Oh, it's a good thing I didn't do that, because that probably would have created a singularity that would have collapsed in upon itself and probably imploding and crushing us all in a brutal death over the course of many, 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 many years. Don't do that. So you do have like a basic working understanding. Okay. I'll tell you what. Roll. What do you have for science skills?
Zinnia has AI hacking and computers.
Okay. Computers. Give us a computers roll. With intellect.
Okay, so intellect plus computers trained is going to be 56, so better than...
And hang on, before you roll, is there anybody else? I know we don't have any other scientists, but does anybody else here have any kind of engineering-like skills that might be able to put two heads together?
Jerry rigging?
Industrial equipment and jury rigging.
I'll take
I
it.
have computers.
Firearms.
Firearms. Let's just shoot it. Let's just shoot it. See what happens. We haven't tried it yet. We might as well. What'd you say, Tabru? What do you got?
Physics and computers and mathematics.
Okay, I'll say between Tavru, Zinnia, and Stevens, putting their heads together, figuring out the basics of engineering, industrial equipment, computers, hacking, etc., all of that pouring over, you can go ahead and roll a intellect test there, Zinnia, with your computers, getting an advantage from Tavru and Stevens helping you out here. Now, while you guys are doing that, Snevitz, Chili, you guys are just hanging out, watching, keeping an eye on things. And that's when, Snevitz, you notice, you hear the sounds of footsteps, boot steps. Not the big boots that you would expect from the size of the feet that Dr. Holloway has, but little tink, tink, tink. And you see coming down the hall from one of the lifts, you see Bill is coming down the hallway towards you. Now it's an extra long hallway. Everything's a little bit twice as long now, but you can see him, and he seems to be shaped just like you guys, like normal size, or at least if you're normal relative to that. So that's what you see, Snevitz.
Okay. I will say quietly, so just these guys in here, Bill's here. And I'm gonna put up my hands, holding up a gun in one and just kind of waving to him and approaching him, and while he's approaching me, and when we get when I get within what I feel is a reasonable range, I'm gonna try for a headshot.
Okay. Chili, what are you doing? The other three
I'm
are
gonna wave
busy.
him over. Bill, we're over here.
Okay. This sounds fun. Let's do... Okay. This to me is going to sound like a speed test for Snevitz to get a shot off. I will give you advantage because you have kind of tried to lure him into false sense of security. Chili has done the same. So take advantage in your speed test, and you're going to take a shot. Now, if your speed, so this is how we're going to work this. If your speed test works, it means you get your shot off. You're still going to have to make a combat test for that. And then we'll go from there. So go ahead and roll speed, add advantage as he comes kind of coming up, and he's looking around. He's like, did you find the doc yet? Did you find him?
Can I get an audience dice? Also,
I don't know. What do we have?
Last one.
Oh, then
I've been using all of them.
Don't worry about it then.
It's been very important because we had to throw all those Schrodinger grenades at people.
Right. You know what? I'm not going to take it now because I got rolled with the advantage. It was great. I might use it on the combat though.
Okay. So you rolled a 12?
I succeeded.
Okay. So you are going to be able, as his eyes kind of look over towards Chili, and he kind of gives a nice, did you fucking kill him? Why didn't you fucking kill him yet? And so Snevitz, you can go ahead and take your shot. So roll combat. You say you wanted to go for a headshot. Here's what I'm going to say. If you want to try to get a one shot, one kill type of deal, it's going to be a disadvantage. But I will say if it does succeed, you're just going to blow his head clean off.
Okay.
So either you hit or you miss, basically, is what's going to happen here. It's not going to be
I have firearms. Does that
absolutely
yes
firearms for sure.
Okay.
Just roll at disadvantage. And we take the lower.
I am going to take an audience test for this.
Okay.
Okay, that's a success. Okay, that's a success. That is a 70 under 77.
So you got a success on both of them?
He's swapping.
Yeah, we're just swapping
Sorry?
headphones.
Oh,
Yeah, you
sorry,
have to-
I'm so sorry, Java. I
Stalling just for a minute.
succeeded.
Just give it a second, and then he'll be able to hear
Oh,
with the other
okay.
headphones.
Can you hear us?
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
My earbuds died on me, so we're switching over. What did I miss? What happened?
70 under 77.
Okay. I don't
I'm
see
so
it.
glad I took the fucking on
Don't
his
see it.
face.
All right. So as he's like turning towards Chili, why the fuck didn't you kill him yet? You just, and he turns and he gets to see you at one last second as you pull the trigger and his head turns into a canoe. And he goes flying back. Chili, you get a little blood on your face as you were kind of distracting him. The body slumps and falls to the ground. And nothing happens.
I'm gonna run to him to get his gun. His
Absolutely.
laser pistol.
Yeah, you can pick up a laser pistol, no problem.
And going to bring that over me like, do you need to go over the schematics or do we just kill Halloween?
We should do schematic stuff. If that didn't do anything,
then I'm gonna
we should do this.
shove the gun at whoever's closest and go back to the body and start rolling it.
I can go kill Holloway.
looking-
Shorty's really good at it.
Not yet. Let us do some sabotage first.
I need
Okay, I'll
both.
take the gun.
I need both Snevitz and Chili to take a point of stress and then roll panic, as cold-blooded murder is something you do actually have to roll panic
Yes,
for. And take stress
that
for.
makes sense. That
Fair.
makes a lot
Do we
of
take
sense.
stress from seeing it?
I will say that you three were in the drive room, probably going over the schematics, so you probably didn't see it happen. Whereas Chili and Snevitz were in the passageway. If that is that fair? I that's how I was interpreting it. But if
That's
I'm wrong,
how I pictured it. Yeah.
My stress is skyrocketing this session, so one more is not going to make a
This is it,
difference.
man.
Yeah, no, I failed on the stress roll.
All right, roll your
Pick my
Kind
panic.
of
one.
makes sense though. We're going
Yeah.
through some shit.
And she's a Marine, so if she fails a panic,
If she fails panic.
Yeah, if I feel my panic, every close player must make a fear save.
All right. So let's see. Chili, you succeeded in your panic check, so you're okay. There's a dead man, and his head just got blown off right in front of you, and he's laying on the ground. And he actually did save your life about 25 minutes ago from putting a hole inside Texas's head. Snevitz, you took a stress, then you rolled panic. How'd you do on your panic test?
I succeeded on the panic.
Okay. So you two are holding it together, but it is nonetheless a little bit of a stressful moment. And you just fired a gun. Just fired a shotgun. You don't know how much time. You haven't seen anybody yet other than Dr. Holloway. And when you look at Dr. Holloway was quite big. You would probably conclude that maybe some of the other people on the ship, if there are other people in the ship, are also quite big.
Or big.
All right. Let's go back inside then to Dr. Zinnia. Dr. Zinnia, you made the roll. The three of you, you're putting your heads together. You were trying to figure something out. What do you got?
That was a 42 under 46.
Okay. So between looking at the plans and then looking out some of the viewing ports, and you see that the viewing points, there's no stars. You don't see any stars. And then you see like something about the observation radius being 199. You understand how drives basically work by creating this sort of like static bubble around and kind of warps and shifts you through. You warp in, shift in, warp in, but there's usually a bubble. It dawns on you that it's possible that there might be a radius around the ship in which this phenomena is affecting. And if you could get outside of that radius, which seems to be 200 meters, you might no longer be a part of it. Now, there isn't a escape pod or a shuttle or anything like that, so you're not sure how to do that exactly, but that is one theory that might pop up. You also, I would say, if you're all sharing information, you've heard that Bill said that in his specific timeline, when it was happening with him, Lawrence was the one. It was Dr. Lawrence Miller who came up with and tried to plug him in. And so maybe if you actually try to get there's a spot here in the design for an additional tether. So what if you were to try to tether 2 people in? And as you think that, you hear as a gunshot goes off in the hallway, and the head that would have been attached to that is now a canoe. So that's another thing you probably thought about. The third thing is like it's probably possible maybe with some tinkering to maybe calibrate the jumps so that you could get like a brief preview during that like black void phase of what dimensions you're going into and maybe have more control over the jumps. That's probably the things that you've thought of in terms of what you could do. You would also, when you heard about, if you shared information about just riding the wave till the end, there's not a bad theory to that it certainly could be possible that there is kind of a collapsing superposition. And if you can just ride it out, you might be able to sort of make it through to the other side. The problem, of course, is that your memories are being screwed with, your physical bodies are starting to degrade. The longer you seem to wait within a specific parallel dimension, things start to decohere. And right as you're thinking that, you look up and you see, as you're moving your finger around on the actual blueprint, your hand starts to goes translucent. And I need everybody to go ahead and roll a sanity save.
Okay.
As your
That's a-
mind,
I got a critical success. 11.
Look at you. You can go ahead and
Nice.
regain something, Stephen. If you've lost a limb,
My leg comes back.
comes right back right then
Oh
and there.
yes.
Good job, Shrody.
Success.
I failed, which means everyone around me gains a stress.
Okay. So as you were kind of leaning forward, your hands down, you're kind of tracing some stuff over the blueprints. It goes translucent and intangible, and it just slips through the floor and through the prints that you had spread over top of the floor. You bang your shoulder and your face against the floor as you collapse into it. And the rest of you see this happen. Snevitz and Tavru. I'll say Chili, or she's not Snevitz. Stevens and Tavru see that. You take a stress. Snevitz and Chili, you're outside. You don't see this happen. So you're good. Okay. Anybody who failed, it's the same deal. You lose 2 more skills, or one of your limbs goes translucent.
I'm missing both arms now.
And a leg?
No, my leg came back a while ago.
He swapped it for an arm.
That's good, at least.
Okay. So that's what you got. What are you thinking?
So, everybody, let's chat in the hallway. We have
Chat in the
options.
hallway?
Let's have a conversation.
You guys don't want to come out here.
Are we shouting through the door? Is this how we're making our plans? Zinnia's going to go out in the hall.
Okay. Go out in the hall. You see a body laying on the ground. Go ahead and take a point of stress.
Snevitz is kneeling over and trying to find anything of interest or value.
On Bill's person, let's see. The most useful thing on his person is the laser gun. Let's see if he's got
been
it.
shoved at Stevens already.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come out too and take the stress.
Yeah, I mean, he has probably like a multi-tool. Looks like he's got basic identification for Green Star Mechanic. You can see he's got like some sort of swipe card, security card for a mechanic. That seems to be it.
Yeah, I'm taking both those. I'll give the multi-tool to Top Row.
Yeah. All right. So it's been, we'll say, 2 minutes since you blew the head off this guy. The shotgun did echo throughout the halls. It's possible something could be coming your way. So you do have, there's a time limit on this conversation. So with that in mind, what do you guys say?
Let's ride the wave. We just
Take
keep
care of the
killing
dog
Holloway.
too. This reality is. I don't think I can handle it.
Can't we
I don't
just get vac suits every time? If we get enough vac suits for all of us, then we can just jump out and just get outside the 20 meters. We just got to get 20 meters outside.
Well,
Yeah,
and
but
then
what
there's
if
not
we're
a
in the wrong
ship
universe?
and there's no planet nearby.
Is there a reason to not do the plan that we had, which was to kill Holloway?
We just got to kill him a bunch. Kill him a
Mhm.
bunch and then ride the wave out.
We
Sure,
just
we
don't
can
know
do
what
it.
state we'll be in by the end of all of that.
If we do it
Like,
fast, we got a laser pistol now. She's got the shotgun. We just keep going.
I have 1 shot left.
That might be all we need. We might only
It'll-
need to kill him one more time.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm really hoping.
And even if not, we can't work on the drive when it's this freaking big. We
Yeah.
got to go at
That's-
least one
that's
more
true.
jump.
Yeah. Okay, I've got my shotgun. Stevens, you have the laser pistol. Are you good with guns?
Oh yeah, I'm great with guns. Shrody, come here. Come here, Shrody. Chili, can you grab that hazmat suit for me?
I have no arms.
Topher, you want to grab that?
Incredibly insensitive scenes.
Can we hurry? The longer we stay here, the worse it is.
You guys
Can
do
we
I
hear.
got this much still for you.
You do hear the sounds of footsteps coming down the passageway at this point. And not only that,
Let's go.
Stevens, you say, here's Schrody, and you see your Schrodinger comes up, kind of paws you, comes up, and then it sees Snevitz's Schrody, and it kind of looks, and you see a little tongue come up and kind of on yours, Stevens, and it lunges in the direction of Snevitz's Schrodinger, and you see these two cats start rolling around on the ground like crazy. You see a shadow on the passageway coming down in the direction from where the living quarters and the galley were. It's a massive cat-like shadow, and you see what effectively looks like a freaking tiger in the middle of the passageway, kind of coming in your direction, going meow, but like really, really low-pitched and echoing. And then there's
Yeah,
another shadow behind.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, yes.
What do you do?
Okay.
Bad Shrody.
I'm on board with the kill Hollow plan.
What do we do?
Oh.
Let's go. Let's
Oh,
go.
we're we're
Running
trying to
into
get-
the
we're
room,
gonna
closing
follow
the
it.
door. Sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I
we just
shove
need
the
to
laser
get him.
pistol in my pants, and I try to use both arms to grab these fighting cats and just run. Not even breaking them up, just trying
Okay,
to
you
go.
pick them up as you're just going crazy in your hands, and you're running what into the engine room where Dr. Holloway is.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can see loping after you is there's this giant tiger-sized house cat, Siamese cat, as it's coming. The door closes behind you. Who kills Dr. Holloway?
I'm taking a shot with my shotgun. I
All right.
assume Stevens falls with the laser pistol.
You can go. I mean, if you shoot with the shotgun, no problem. You kill him. It's easy. Blow his head through. It's not something you have to roll for. He's just there. You can hold him down. That is your second shot, though. I do think you're out of shots now for the shotgun.
I am.
Everybody take a point of stress, then roll panic. And while you're doing that, I got to roll something to see where you guys end up.
Oh no.
I have failed my first panic.
I am also failed.
Oh dear.
I
It's
succeeded.
alright.
It's not good when she fails.
Oh my gosh, Chili, you were so not chill anymore. You were 16
Oh,
stress.
I have a death wish too, so
Oh man.
any enemies or stranger I encounter, I immediately attack them.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So everything dematerializes around you as you've come to expect. Eventually, you also see as like a little bit of a lag, the body of Holloway does too. Whatever you have on your person does not. The cats do not. You guys hear the sounds of like something scratching against the door, but then the door dissipates and you see on the other side of the door is a massive tiger-sized Siamese cat that's meow in this black void. As everything starts to come back, a few of you panicked. Is that correct? Did I hear this?
Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Perhaps part of the reason you panic is that as everything starts to materialize, it gets really, really, really dark, and you can't actually see anything at all, as it is completely and utterly dark. Chili, you have a death wish, so for the next 24 hours, whenever you encounter a stranger or known enemy, you have to make a sanity save or immediately attack them. Who else failed? Rue, you failed your panic test. You have repetitive twitchy motions. Your manual tasks have disadvantage. Everyone else gains 2 stress as you start to see the hands that you do have, or any other appendages before the darkness fades, starts to twitch and twitch. You can actually hear these little sounds coming from Tavru, just underscoring and reminding you sometimes that you've forgotten, that she's actually a machine.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of you go ahead and restore a skill, a lost skill, or a limb, and then roll a sanity save again.
Also, I think we have to do fear saves because of Snevitz.
Yes, I was just going to say.
Thank you.
Whenever
Go
you
ahead.
panic, every close player must make a fear save.
Good,
Also,
thank you.
remember, Tovru is here, so your fear save is at disadvantage.
That's bullshit because I passed that fear
Just
save.
a straight fail. Yeah,
Oh, I
fail.
still passed.
I fail on the disadvantage.
Okay,
Wait,
if you
am I a close player?
just remember, if you fail the fear save, all you're going to do is take extra stress. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay,
Crit failed, so I have to make a panic check again.
unless you do that, then you have to make another panic test.
Oh gosh.
It's just a death spiral.
I'm
This
death
is it.
spiraling.
This is it. He just starts blasting. Who's got the laser pistol? Is it Stevens?
Yeah, it's in my pants.
Okay.
I have a heart attack, guys.
Oh no.
I can't handle it anymore.
Oh, wait. Kat's right. Jeff, when nearby friendly players, do they just them, or do I also roll at disadvantage?
For what is this in reference to?
Trauma response fear save.
It is just other players. It's exactly as it's written. So whatever it
Okay,
literally
so then
says.
Oh, so I
actually
didn't
passed.
have to roll either.
You did.
Whenever you panic, every close friendly player must make a fear save.
Right. So it's not you. It's they're seeing your reaction. That's how they're responding.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right. Let's figure out what the hell just happened. So Chili, you fall to the ground, we'll say, as you start having a heart attack. You reduce your maximum wounds by 1, and then you gain disadvantage on all rolls for, it looks like, 8 hours. You also increase your minimum stress by 1, so it goes up to 3. That's not that big a deal. As your heart begins to start beating crazy, you reach out, kind of grab someone nearby, and kind of then everything is dark. Everything is black. When the black void goes away and the world materializes around you, it's just more darkness that materializes around you until everything is no longer visible. You can hear each other, but you can't see each other. Everything is utterly, utterly dark. Now, in addition to that, let me see if I can read this correctly. In addition to that, any of your light sources, so if any of you had flashlights, if any of you had little lights on suits or stuff like that, all of those begin to fail. So if there was a flashlight out that was looking over the blueprints, it starts to flicker and goes out. Everyone is going to have disadvantage on fear saves. Let's see. Okay. And we'll say that is it for now. So what are you guys doing as the darkness surrounds you? You still hear the thrumming of the turbines of the engine, so you still know you're in the engine room.
Are the Shreddies still fighting?
Cycled and end.
They're still fighting, yes.
I'm trying to break them up.
What the fuck?
Okay. You're trying to pull them
Scratch the
apart,
shit.
and your arms just getting destroyed. You can feel them getting destroyed.
Really wishing I had made that lab coat sleeveless.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and feel my way to where I think I remember the door being, and try to open it.
You do, and you are immediately knocked over, and you get knocked to the ground, and you feel paws on your chest, and the I would say tacky, leathery tongue of a cat. Very large cat start licking your face, and you just hear.
Guys, the big cat's still here. Big
But
cat's
you've
still
always
here.
stayed here. Why'd you open the door?
I fucking didn't know. Oh, it's something. Oh god damn it. Is there any light coming into the room?
Absolutely none. It is pitch freaking black. There is nothing. There is no lights whatever. It is completely and utterly dark.
But we can hear the big cat. Like
You can
the
hear.
direction
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
And the
Sounds fine.
engines.
Sounds
All right,
totally
so-
fine.
Engines.
Steven's holding both cats, trying to stop them from fighting. Here's
We
the
have
big
to
one,
Kill the cat.
and yells, "Schroedies, get him!" And I throw both cats
I don't
towards
want
the
to
big
kill
one.
the cats, guys.
You throw 2 freaking cats. And you just hear all of these cats
Oh, good. I'm onto it, Steven.
wrestling on top of Snevitz. Snevitz, I'm sorry. Take 3 points of damage as claws are scraping through you, some quite large.
I can't see what's happening.
After a certain point, you
You
hear.
can hear her screams.
At a certain point, you just hear. And the fighting seems to stop.
Oh.
Brady,
Torvu and
did
her
you get him?
cat.
Schroedi?
Stevens, stop throwing cats.
Then you hear.
What?
Did you get him, Schroedi? Good boy, Schroedi. Come here. Come here, Schroedi.
And you hear, as Schroedi starts coming over, you hear. As if something's being dragged. And then you feel something limp rested at your foot. And then you just feel these small motions. It very much feels not unlike what happens when, a cat brings a kill to their owner.
Yeah.
How big is the kill?
You reach down, it's just the same size. Yeah. Snevitz, you still feel a very heavy cat on top of you, but they are like cuddling with you. But they're very heavy. Like 100 pounds. Like 100 pounds.
Oh.
That's a good boy, Schroedi. That's a good boy. You did good. You did good. I pick him up.
Guys,
pick
we
him
have to
up.
kill the cats.
You're pretty
Wow.
sure your Schroedi is trying to eat the other cat.
This dog is not turning me.
No, Snevitz, you have a very large house cat that is very affectionately rubbing against you.
I think it's my Schroedi trying to eat your old Schroedi.
Oh, I'm gonna reach up and switch approximately his ears.
And you just hear just little tiny bit of overly bass ecstasy coming out of that cat's mouth.
Schroedi, we gotta go kill Holloway. We gotta go kill Holloway and find a ship that has light. Okay, come on, let's go. And I just start walking out.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and get out in front of the cat, and I'm gonna hold on to the back of Steven's lab coat so that we're not like separated. And go with. But what I would like to do before we head out is if the only things we have on is the stuff that we're carrying with us at the very start, and the shit that we picked up the last time didn't come with us, would my gun have reloaded?
No, it wouldn't have. No.
Damn it!
No. Sorry. The only thing you have is
That's
anything that
okay.
you were physically carrying with you, and since you
I
already
feel like an
shot the
asshole if I
gun,
didn't ask.
yeah, you have the gun. You just don't have the bullets because the bullets weren't with you when you shifted.
Right. So I have a really awesome club.
Yeah, you can definitely use it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm freaking out. All I hear are cat noises, and I'm just gonna blindly run out into the hallway.
And you're having a heart attack. Your left arm is is your left arm back? Is your left arm?
Yeah, I got one arm back, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's your left arm, and it's incredibly numb because you're having a heart attack. You run out into the hallway, and then you guys, as you hear him run away, you just hear thump as you run right into a hall, like one of the walls, and you fall down. Oh, goodness. What do you guys want to
He'll be
do?
fine. He's chill. He'll be fine.
Torvu is gonna calmly walk out and hold a hand along the wall,
Okay.
and following basically like the mental map in her head to the drive room.
Okay. I think you can do that. You're not that far away. You're only in the engine. So you were in the engine room. So you're coming back in. You're following it. You do actually come across the tether too. By the way, you feel and you reach and you have the tether. You're confident you have the tether.
And she'll call everybody to her so we can all grab the tether, and then we're gonna follow the tether.
Awesome.
Or maybe we just start yanking on it like it's tug of war. And going to a different universe.
Pull him to us. I think we have to at least pop one more time.
Yeah, like we can't do anything in pitch black.
No.
Yeah. So
Try
start
that
following
then.
the tether, looking for Holloway, and
Wait, I want to see if the tether's tuggable though. What Toby said.
Yeah, I mean, you could tug on a little bit, but it's like the length of a ship. Like the tether goes like the length of a ship, so you're not really going to get a whole lot of give on it or anything. Okay. We'll say that you're able to follow the tether, opens up, you go into what you are pretty sure is the science lab. Because it splits off instead of going down the hallway towards the galley, it goes into the science lab. You get the very distinct impression that you are not alone in here. You hear the sound of Dr. Holloway kind of whimpering. So first of all, you know he's in there. But secondly, you hear a voice. It's okay, Doctor. Everything's going to be just fine. I'll take care of you now. I've got you. You're okay. Everything is fine. As you realize, you hear the voice of Lawrence as well, as the door opens. When the door opens, who is there?
okay, Shrody, I got this one. We're looking for Dr. Holloway.
Dr. Holloway was with me, yes. Who are you?
Dr. Holloway, can I speak to you? I'm coming forward.
It hurts. Oh, pain. And you can tell that the voices are both coming from the same basic place.
If I can, I want to find him and I want to put the laser pistol up to his head and just pull the trigger.
Okay. Go ahead and we'll say intellect test to locate. If you have any kind of survival tracking type of skills or anything like that, you can go ahead and apply it. Otherwise,
0G, it's dark out in space.
That is not untrue. Sure, take it.
It's a crit fail.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Who am I shooting?
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll a D10. So roll a D5, I should say. I'm going to roll a D5. 1, it's going to be Chili. 2, it's going to be Snevitz. 3, it's going to be Tavru. 4, it's going to be Dr. Zinnia. And 5, it'll be Lawrence. Okay? That's the deal.
So wait, which one's Dr. Holloway?
None of them are Dr. Holloway because that's what he was intending. Instead, Dr. Zinnia gets hit. Dr. Zinnia, you take a... Dr. Zinnia...
It's a wound.
It's a wound. It's an auto wound.
That's too
Brutal.
Okay, so you still got to roll the wound table of the laser. Does it say which one to roll on that, Steven?
Sorry, looking real quick.
You can just do gun.
Does not.
Just do a gunshot, I guess. Yeah, just. And then I will roll a. Yeah, roll a.
Fractured extremity.
Okay. So. Actually, I think. I can't remember if I'm supposed to do it only on. They changed the way they did wounds in the most recent thing.
The old book. I don't know the new one.
Yeah.
When you lose your final wound, roll on the final wound column of the wounds table.
The final wounds column. The final wounds thing doesn't exist anymore. It is now there's now a death save that the GM rolls on when certain things happen. So I'm just going to roll on it because it seems like that's what I should do. And so this is something that is hidden.
Agreed.
This is hidden to you guys. You guys don't know this information until someone actually expends the time to check on her. Okay. All right. You guys hear the shot goes off, zoom, and then you still hear the sounds after that zoom, of Dr. Holloway writhing in pain, Lawrence trying to comfort him, but you do hear a thump as something falls.
What just happened?
I got him.
He's still crying.
So much pain.
Oh shit. I got you. I'll put you out. and I go to shoot him again.
Go ahead. Roll attack.
The question is, would I know that I hit Zinnia, or would I think that I shot him? And
I don't think you would know at all. You can't see anything. Anyone else, by the way, can do something too, so you don't have to just wait around for him.
I'd like to move forward to where I heard Lawrence's voice. One of the items I have on me is paracord. I would love to use that to try and like.
Okay. You're going for Lawrence, or are you going for the duck?
For Lawrence.
Go ahead and roll a combat task. You got to roll at a disadvantage. You have no idea. You just hear the voice. That's basically it. So go ahead and roll it at disadvantage. If you have anything that'll apply, like military training, that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna ask for military training.
Of course. Yeah.
And athletics, to navigate through the darkness and not fall.
I think you only apply one skill. I think you can only.
Never mind then.
Yeah. So whatever one is better, just go ahead and take it. I think they're both 10 though. Same. Yeah. Tavru or Chili, are you two doing anything? Because you hear something fall to the ground.
Tavru asked for a roll call of basically like who's.
Okay.
You heard me saying that I'm gonna get Holloway.
Yeah,
you hear
I said out loud.
Okay.
I
you hear
heard
Lawrence
Snevitz ask a question, and then Tavru asked Chili because he didn't say anything.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh shit. And like Tavru's gonna drop to her knees and try and feel and find Dr. Zinnia.
Okay. Sounds good. So Snevitz and Stevens, you both took attacks. Chili, were you wanting to do anything as you are still suffering your heart attack?
No, I'm struggling. I'm just trying to comfort myself.
Okay, Snevitz and Stevens, what are your rolls?
I did my roll at disadvantage because that seemed right, and I figured you'd say that. But it was still a pass.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
All right. So Snevitz, you reach the cord around the neck, and you just hear, "No, what are you doing?" And then there is a, and everything goes black. Snevitz, whatever the body of Lawrence who is in your hands dissipates. Light begins to return in your forms, and you can see all your bodies. You can see your giant cat friend. You can see Schrody, Steven Schrody, literally devouring another Schrody. There is another Schrody nearby who is right now wilting and hiding behind Tavru, who is down on the ground because Dr. Zinnia is on the ground with a hole through one of her extremities, whatever was still not translucent at this point, as a laser shot has gone through it. When you get down, Tavru, you realize she is not actually dead. She does appear to be comatose, though. You are not sure exactly how to go about. I would say she's not immediately dead. Let me double check something. So you can see, however, that she is more than likely dying as her heartbeat is getting weaker and weaker. And without some kind of intervention, she could be dying very, very soon. And I'll know exactly how much in a second. Okay, I know exactly how much.
Stevens, human hole. I need you to correct this.
Correct what?
Look at what you shot Dr. Zinnia.
No, I shot Holloway twice.
Yeah, no, you did not. Come here. I do not have the skills. I know computers.
I work with rats.
Yeah, you've done stuff with that shit. I don't know.
Okay, does she have erectile dysfunction?
You've studied living creatures. You have zoology.
Yeah, okay. Rats and humans are very similar. That's why we use them for testing. So like
and like military training help at all with like few medicine and that kind of thing?
Do any of you have any sort of medical equipment on you?
Yeah, I'll take care of her. And I'll got a stim pack.
You got a stim pack.
Arm?
Okay, so what I will say is if you jump down the stim pack, you kind of do the Pulp Fiction thing and you kind of stab it into her, that will extend the time before she dies by another roll of the dice. But you know that's not going to be enough to save her. That might be enough to slow down the death. So I just rolled it twice. She still needs medical attention. Like you need to, like, we're talking med kits. We're talking those types of things. So do any of you have that?
Nope.
No.
You do know that there is a med bay on the ship, which now starts to materialize around you, by the way. And you can see that when it does materialize, it does so in a manner that actually looks, I mean, well, let's just put it this way. Everything around you that was once metal, well, it doesn't really look metal anymore. Instead, the walls, the floor, the consoles and countertops you can see are meat, just these throbbing, sweaty pieces of meat. You can see from one of the walls where this liquid is kind of coasting down, you can see a giant eyeball just whoosh, opens up, looks down in your direction. You can see below your feet the tethers, the fibers of the meat floor begin to sort of separate and start to kind of pull you down, assimilating you. A couple things we need to do. Go ahead and take a skill back, or take an arm back or an extremity. Then roll a sanity save. So we'll start there. I can't believe this is the one you got. I can't believe you guys got this one.
Fail.
Sanity, pass.
Okay. So actually, you don't even, Zinnia, you don't need to roll it. You are unconscious. I'll just say.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So since you are comatose right now, you're unconscious basically, like, and you're
welcome.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So you can kind of see these sort of giant eyes like looking at you and just staring at you. They look like very large versions of like human eyeballs, but you all seem to be trying to get like sucked into the meat floor. Anybody who succeeded, you're good. You just take your stuff back. Anybody who failed, go ahead and either lose 2 skills or lose a limb again.
Limb is still missing. I'm also capped on stress at 20.
Okay, so next time you roll panic, it's going to be rough. Then, as you seem to be getting absorbed into, all of you are getting absorbed into the meat of this room, I need everyone to roll a body save.
So what about me being unconscious and not really able to do anything with that?
I would say you would automatically fail the body save as your body is getting pulled and sucked into the fibers of meat that are on the floor.
But that hole is being filled, so you don't have a hole in your arm anymore. Silver linings.
Play-Doh stuffing the hole.
Fail.
Yeah, I failed.
I failed too.
Is this the TPK? Is this it? Is this how we end?
Very well could be. Okay, so Chili, how did you do? Tavru, how did you do?
Okay,
The
I
body.
did terrible.
Body save. Okay.
Yeah, I failed.
All right. Chili. Take 2 points of damage as a part of you can feel part of your skin, like you just happen to maybe bump up against a countertop, or maybe you are leaning against a wall because of your heart. You can feel whatever part of your body is just being assimilated and absorbed by that meat. So take 2 points of damage, and it would require surgery to free you from the wall. 6 points for Snevitz, as Snevitz, you feel your leg just essentially get sucked and melded into the floor. You can see your actual skin begin to merge with the meat and begin to pull you down into the floor. Tavru. Oh, Tavru. God damn it, Ashley. This game hates you. Take 10 points of damage.
Oh, the crit fail.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
so I had a crit fail. So then I had to do a panic check. Failed the panic check. So then I had to roll on the Android panic table and failed that. So I lose motor control for a moment as my sensory inputs flicker. States the odds of any event advantage on party rolls for an hour.
Okay. So you take 10 points of damage as well.
Yep.
As your body begins to get absorbed by the meat, as you kind of fall to the ground, going through that weird malfunction. And much like Zinnia, you're on the ground and the ground's kind of absorbing you. Zinnia, you automatically failed. I'm sorry, but you only take 3 points. You only take 3 points of damage. So there's that. Doesn't really affect you in this case. It's still, you're just kind of getting absorbed. And then Stevens, take 2 points of damage, Stevens.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
no big deal.
all of you are literally being your flesh is being absorbed and kind of connected to this thing. You can tell that and any part of your body that is sort of touching this as effectively kind of melded. It's like when you're taking 2 chunks of ground beef and you put them together and you just kind of now suddenly they're one big lump. That's basically what's happening to parts of your body. Chili will say it's one of your sides as you were leaning against the wall. Snevitz will say it's one of your legs as you were seeping into the floor. Tavaru and Zinnia will say it's like your backsides as you both had fallen to the ground. And Stevens, I don't know, what the fuck do you have left, Stevens?
I have one leg.
That one leg is now being absorbed, and you can see your Schrodinger cat, who has like the other body of the other Schrodinger still hanging from its mouth, is on top of your shoulder. And Snevitz, I'm gonna roll to see if Snevitz's giant cat actually succeeds. 19. So they actually managed to spryly move around and dodge out of the way of the absorbing meat.
Amazing.
However, Tavru, your poor little Shrody tries to hop over to help you and gets caught up in the same sort of meat sucking that you're getting into. So we've got Dr. Zinnia Comatose dying with what looks like a bit of like a stim coming out of her. That's when Zinnia, you're awake, but you know you're not going to last, and you're what the fuck? What? As there's meat all around you, absorbing you into the floor. What do you guys want to do?
We all need surgery to extract ourselves, or just chill?
So, since everyone failed, I don't think anyone passed the body save. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so if that's the case, 1d10 damage, surgery required for freedom. Now, if you want to describe a different way you go about freeing yourself, I'm more than happy to hear what that might be.
Torvu is down to just like rip herself out of there and leave whatever flesh she had behind.
I'm gonna say
that's a thing or no.
I'll say strength test as you do so, and like it'll essentially be the entire back of you.
Yeah.
Chili, what do you want to do as you are like being absorbed into the meat wall?
I'm pretty much full stress, freaking out. I'm just going to stim pack myself, actually get a boost of something. I'm going to take my crowbar and just wrench my side free from the wall.
Okay. Same thing.
Yeah.
Roll a strength test. Snevitz, what do you want to do? Your leg is being absorbed.
I'm gonna try and call my giant cat over and use it to try and get me out.
Okay. What I'll say is strength test with advantage. It loves you already, so it's basically, can it pull you out? Then Zinnia, you have an action as well as the stim is coursing through you. Your life is flashing before your eyes. Zinnia, what are you doing?
Zinnia has not much on her, but she's going to try to do what Tavru did and just see how that goes.
A strength save, and then Stevens. Stevens, how do you do?
I feel like on one leg, with all of this around me panicking me, my balance has never been worse, and I'm doing everything I can not to fall over because that means I'll be stuck even more. So I'm going to shove the laser pistol in my pants again and grab Shrody. And okay, Shrody, I need you to start eating. And I put him down by my ankle to try and get him to like eat the flesh.
Okay.
He was eating a cat earlier, so I'm thinking he might be hungry.
Yeah, he's a cannibal cat though. So, but yeah, as you try to get, okay, roll an intelligence check to see if you can convince him to do so. If you have any kind
zoology?
I will take a zoology. Absolutely.
There we go,
I think that will apply. Okay.
That is just barely a pass.
Okay. So Stevens, we'll start with you, since you already told me, you shove your cat Shrody down and effectively command it to eat, and it does, and it just tears away. The pain is excruciating, but it tears enough. Oh no, it's a foot as you are able to, like, you're tearing apart, like you're pulling apart like a piece of candy or taffy. It's just ripping, and the cat is just biting and biting until it finally tears, blood squirting everywhere. As you have not translucently lost your foot, you have lost your foot. Your foot is missing, blood squirting every which way. We're gonna go back to Chili. Chili, how did you do, buddy?
I failed, so I'm just gonna start sobbing and drinking my beer.
You take your crowbar, you sort of shove it in, and you go to pull, and you push, and you feel yourself just rip as everything from inside your shoulder down through your pectoral, down through your ribs, just wrenches free. You can see your rib cage is still being absorbed by the actual wall as you fall to the ground. Your actual lung and organs begin to spill out, and you're just as you're falling on the ground, slowly being devoured by the floor. Snevitz, what about you?
I succeeded, and I'm having major survivor's guilt.
Your giant cat comes running over and just starts hacking away. And much like Stevens, you're able to get free, but you've lost an appendage in the process as it has already been absorbed and consumed. But you are free. Your body is like, your leg, your good leg is leaking the way Stevens is as well. Tavru, how did you do?
Oh, I passed. I got a 3.
Tavru, you just put your hands down, push up. You rip your hands free before they're able to be absorbed. You feel a terrible ripping and tearing as all of the pseudo skin along your back is completely ripped off. Some of the pseudo musculature falls off. You look back and you can see all of your back muscles, your fake back muscles are on the ground. Some of your cords are on the ground. Your body's kind of moving in this skittering way, and you feel like you can't quite twist your body quite properly, but you are kind of moving and shifting forward. Dr. Zinnia, how are you?
Oh, I failed. 74.
Dr. Zinnia, you go to push yourself up, and you see this little tendril of meat just strap over top of you, like we're watching Nightmare on Elm Street, and you just get pulled right into the floor, folding up. What's the last thing Zinnia says before she is completely consumed by the floor in this room?
Toma, Geraldine.
And then and a little spurt of blood. So we've got Snevitz free, Stevens free, both missing parts of their legs. Tavru free, missing all of her back. Chili is on the ground, about to be devoured. His rib cage is broken and ripped and is being consumed by the wall while he is lying on the ground in some horrible state of shock and looks like he's probably going to pass. What do you three that are actually living and past do?
I pull out the laser pistol. Chili,
Okay.
do you need some help?
Chili.
Hold my beer.
I hold the beer and I put him out of his misery. Look at the beers, Chili. Just look at the beers.
Oh, God. Okay. Chili flops to the ground. Your beer is safe, though. You can rest in that. As Snevitz, Stevens, Tavru, all of you struggling to move. What do you do? What do you do?
Don't stay still and
We gotta kill him. We gotta kill him. Yeah.
just take off running.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm next to Chili. I have a
is like
stub that I can't
weeping.
run on. I'm just going to be crawling. Otherwise, I'm missing the other leg.
Okay.
So I
I
just
am
got the laser pistol
taking
and
a gun from Steve.
Okay.
Hey, I need this. This is how I did.
So
wanna put
pointing it
yourself
at
out
you
of
if
your
you try to
misery?
take
She
it.
kicks him to shut him off.
Snevitz, you and Tavru and Stevens, you're kind of crawling behind. So Snevitz, you're hopping. Tavru, you're shaking and moving. Stevens, you're crawling on the ground as you push out of the science lab into the hall. Now, the good news, if you want good news, is you do see the golden tether right in front of you, moving right past you. We'll say you move out into the galley, and you can see it's moving towards the front of the ship through the door, but the whole freaking galley is just this giant, fleshy, huge square. With all the different shapes, sizes, you see this like weird little fleshy bubble, like a blister pop up, and then two small feline eyes kind of pop up as well in that blister as it kind of looks off in your direction. Stevens, you hear Schrody go, meow, leap off your shoulder at that point, and just and starts devouring the blister, which bursts and blood kind of squirts all this way and that. Those of you who are still alive, you see the tether going off north through the actual door towards the front of the ship.
We're going.
You push
I'm going
through.
for Schrody.
You're going for so Stevens, you crawl over. Tavru, you go to the door. You're following the tether.
Tavru with the gun.
Okay, so Snevitz and Tavru are
I have
going
the gun.
through.
I have not given up the gun.
I think Snevitz took it.
The gun, and I will happily roll
Not
for
without
it.
a roll, damn it.
I will happily roll for it.
Both of you roll speed test. Whoever does better has the gun. That's what we're gonna do. As Tavru, you go stick, like moving like a puppet through the door, following. You open the door, the passageway towards the bridge is freaking meat again. Eyeballs popping up in the sides of the walls. You feel all these different fibers of the meat and tether are trying to come up and get you. Stevens, how'd you do on your speed test?
38 under 40. Oh, sorry. Is this
38 under 40. Okay, so Stevens, what did you
49.
get?
I did much better than that. I got way higher. It was 92.
Okay. Snevitz, you have the gun. You follow Tavru into the corridor. Stevens, you launch in the direction of Schrody, who is trying to eat this blister of a cat in the middle of the galley. Snevitz, Tavru, you follow the tether. The tether goes into the med bay. You opened up the med bay door, or the med bay door opens for you. It's kind of hard to actually decide. It's almost like the fleshy part of your throat that just opens up, and you can see inside, being devoured by the floor, there is Dr. Holloway up to his knees. The pain! And not only that, hold on, I got another roll I gotta do. Oh, not that one. Not that one. It's the same one over and over again. You see bursting through what looks like this valve in the ground, there is this gushing high pressure fluid, like amniotic fluid, just gushing out of the ground, spreading over the entire room. Stevens, I need you to roll a speed test. Or no, I'm sorry, a body test.
Once I get to Schrody, I'm gonna give up at this point. I'm losing blood.
Okay.
I've got nothing left. I just want to get to the cat.
Okay, go right ahead. Give us a body save though. Let's see if you get to the cat. As you're dragging, you're feeling your stomach as you're crawling the stomach across the floor. The meat is reaching up, and you reach out to try to touch Schrody, and this little meat puppet comes up, wraps its arm around your wrist, and just pulls your hand down as you're looking. Your chin gets caught, and you kind of get pulled slowly under. You see Schrody.
Schrody. I never told you my first name, Schrody. It's Steven.
As Schrody too gets swallowed up in the same room as the two you go out together. In the med bay with gushing amniotic high pressure fluid, you see the body of Dr. Holloway being absorbed. I need both Tavru and Snevitz to make body saves as you come in here, and immediately the meat tries to come up and grab you. Oh my god, I can't believe you guys got this built. I can't believe you rolled this one. This is insane.
This one
not
was
a
a
fail,
bad
but
one.
crit fail. 55.
Oh no, Snevitz!
Snevitz, you come into the room, you pull the gun out, getting ready to fire, but your leg kind of gives out on you, the one that's missing the foot, and you stumble a bit. And as you do, your shoulder crashes into the doorway and your arm gets wrapped up in the meat and you can't quite point the thing. And the doors start to close and kind of chomp down on you. Like this gummy crushing sound. Each time. Tavru, you make it in as well. But as you do, you realize you kind of like freeze up for a bit as the back muscles and devices that somehow got fallen out when you were inside the science bay kind of lock up on you. You reach out in the direction of the actual doctor and then just kind of fall forward. And you land your arm just dipping deep into the meat, into the tendrils of the meat, your face coming down as well. You just hear so much pain. And then the last thing we hear as we're getting ready to fade is Snevit, you're being just smashed by the door. Tavru, you're being devoured by the floor. You can see each other. You realize this is it. If just the damn doctor could die first. What is the last thing Snevitz and Tavru says?
I mean, Tavru would try if she can like release her head or something. She'll try and eat Dr. Holloway's throat, like try and kill him. If not, she freezes and she just will kind of, as she's glitching, fucking humans, and she dies.
What about Snevitz?
Oh, she doesn't have any last words. She just says I before tendrils go into her mouth.
And as the body like kind of gets continually smashed by the gummy doors, like your giant cat friend comes up, stands in front of you, and just meow. Tavru, right on your back, your little Schrodinger just hops down into somewhere, or a new Schrodinger comes and hops down and meow. And that's what the last thing we hear as we fade out to the sounds of various cats meowing and meat consuming our poor Mothership crew. And that is where we're going to end.
Oh my gosh.
At least it wasn't the last howdy.
Oh my god, guys.
Howdy.
Dear God.
We got eaten by meat.
Those
Poor
last
guys.
3 ships just kept getting worse and worse and worse.
You guys just missed Utopia too, which is hilarious. I had to do the math again. I'm like, okay, let me make sure this straight. I'm like, oh shit, you guys got flush ship. My bad. That
I
sucks.
cannot wait to go read this adventure. That was great.
That was so much fun. That
Oh
was
my
so
God.
much fun.
Whew. Well,
Boy.
that
I am
that
exhausted.
It felt pretty fine until that ship. What happened?
yeah things. So with the flesh ship, you have to roll a body save in every other room. So I did the first room. When you went through the galley, you didn't have to do one. Only Stevens did because he decided to stay back. But I didn't have Tavru and Snevitz run. But then you went into the med bay, and that's when you had to roll it. And that's when you kind of get assimilated by the ship, which is just awful. So yeah, it's the body saves. Yeah.
That
All
was, yeah, body saves.
Oh,
were
that was
bad.
so great.
Yeah. Saves are hard to make.
Oh my god. The
I
giant
was at 19
eyes.
stress too. I was right behind Chili.
Yeah. you guys-
Oh, wild. Wild.
There was one. So you basically had to get. So there is a traversal score that you guys kept ticking every time, and then you roll a D10 or D5 technically, and then you'd kind of add your score to it, and you kind of keep going up and up and up and up and that kind of stuff. And that's kind of how we got to the end. So if you would have gotten to 20 plus, you would have made it to. Let's see. You would have made it to a timeless empty plane full of light. And then you would age, you live and age 3D10 years, and then you return home. But it didn't happen.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
that did not
Sorry.
happen. That could have happened. That did not happen.
There were a couple ones you guys bypassed along the way that could have been interesting. I really like the bomb world. You guys had no idea it was the bomb world, and that's why Steve. So the bomb.
Oh, that's the exploding
The bomb
world.
Yeah, the bomb world. Everyone was an NPC. Every NPC, when they die, they explode, which is why you guys found Tex dead because he got. And so
I had
Stevens,
no idea.
you had the friend, it was the cat. So they're all different cats along the way here and there. Oh,
so
goodness.
funny.
Yeah. All sorts of little things. So yeah, it was accelerated a little bit because we've been going for 3.5 hours, so we got to go. And so I accelerated it here and there, increased the traversal score to get closer to the end. But I was thinking I was helping you, but then that happened. Man,
It wouldn't
that
have felt
happened.
like a real Mothership game if we didn't all die horrifically.
Yeah.
This
I
is
would expect us to survive
actually
the
a
mission.
No.
very unusual outcome. TPKs are highly unusual.
Don't happen all that often. Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah, there are a couple
Usually
ways you
just
guys
in
could kind
one-shots.
of. I like the idea of the vac suit idea and just sort of like pushing off the ship. It's only 200 meters if you think about it. You get outside and you just kind
Yeah,
of push.
like it wasn't that far.
It
No,
does.
it was a pretty good idea.
The question of getting outside of it, though, once you push outside of it, you're just floating around in the vac suits. I have to double check to see.
Possibly better than being eaten by a meat floor. Maybe.
You would
maybe.
have. You would have returned with intangible limbs, though, if you had any. So that was something that would have happened.
The timing on that would have been important.
So, and if you return, let's see. I think you would have been okay. Other than that, I think so. I think the Apian Way would have been there, but there wouldn't have been a Trailblazer drive. So there's a lot of weird things that could potentially have happened. But I think that would have worked because that was one of the ones. There's other ways you could have potentially got out, but tethering Bill could have gotten you guys out if you guys would have tethered Bill. That would have kind of messed with things a bit. Yeah. So yeah, that was another way you could have gotten out. But he didn't want that to happen though. He did not want to be tethered, so that wouldn't have been easy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that was a very long game. Thank you for sitting through. I wanted to make sure we got that done with Maitre still here. So why don't we get on out of here? A couple quick plugs. Maitre, where can we find you on the internet?
When I'm right here, Maitre plays games on YouTube. I've taken a bit of a hiatus, but I'm getting back to it. So look for a new video in the next week or two. And I have backlog about 40 if people want to watch it.
Fantastic. Awesome. Next up for us, we've got Monday. We should be playing some Monster of the Week. Melissa and I are in that. Tuesday, Steven, what do we got?
We're playing more Marvel Multiverse. I got to be sure to enunciate it. Last time I tried to combine those two words into one. We're playing X-Men Schools Out. Everyone's playing a teenage X-Men that's learning to become a superhero. We've got custom heroes that are really awesome. A lot of cool superpowers. It's been a lot of fun. And we just finished our first arc, and we're starting up a second arc. So it's a good place to jump in and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun, and I can lift a house now, so I'm very happy.
And you can lift a house now.
I can do it. I'm very strong. After Tuesday, what do we got next? Thursday, come back for some more Werewolf the Apocalypse, also starting a new arc. So it's a good time to hop in if you haven't been in yet. And then Friday next week, Warhammer 40K Wrath and Glory. Session 0 is done. So this is first real proper session. If you didn't check out Session 0, no big deal. Just hop into Session 1 with us as we start the story and we get to meet all of the weirdness that's going to entail. And then next Saturday, not sure yet. We're going to do something weird and random and such like that. We still got a few weeks before we're going to start our next big campaign. So we're going to do something rando and fun, probably. Other than that, thanks everyone hanging out tonight. Really, really do appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and raid High Shelf Collective because they're playing Die, the role-playing game, which is a freaking awesome game. So follow that raid. We'll see y'all later.